Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of our Quest for the Frozen Flame Pathfinder Adventure Path. When last we left off, our intrepid band of Realm of the Mammoth Lord hopeful scouts, you have been learning the ways of scouting from Weepa, a heavily pregnant lady who serves as the head scout of the Broken Tusk tribe. Learning her ways, you'd hunted, searching for a good meal for the locals to celebrate the upcoming Night of the Green Moon, a celebration where they welcome new members into the Broken Tusks, as well as the turning of winter to spring. As you hunted, you came across a massive moose foraging in the wild. Your friend, Pakano, wanted to instantly charge the beast and slay it where it stood. You had a small discussion about whether recruiting the beast into the following or slaying it for meat would be better, because times have been harsh the last few years across the frozen tundra of the realm. And eventually you all came to the conclusion that you would hunt this beast, but you would do it intelligently, laying traps, snares, intimidating it and shaking it out from its land. It charged forward, and immediately Talon chopped its head off. The Moose Slayer, the outsider who has adopted the Broken Tusk ways. You all learned from Weepa how to harvest an animal, taking all of its parts and pieces and being able to put them to adequate use for everything going on. And then headed back towards the following, clean up around the area. And the following day you were summoned by the elders so that you could start doing various tasks in your scouting goods. You were given 3 things that the following needed to prepare for the night of the green moon: to round up some tapirs that could join the herd that would give warning if there were any dangers in the waters for the various mammoths in your tribe; to go to Rockloom, the sacred site where the ceremony on the night of the green moon will take place, in order to make sure that it is squared away and good for everything that is to be the ceremony; and to gather sacred water in some sacred jars for the ceremony. You decided to head out with Emek, Farron's younger sister, to gather these tapirs. She chattered and taught you nothing, but you do feel there might be some gleaming of the ability to tame animals within her long, rambling ways, that perhaps if you devote a bit more time, a bit more study, and a bit more capability, as you grow in skills and advance in knowledge, you might be able to learn how to tame and pacify animals and add them to the following later. You were successfully able to get these tapirs to come to your side, with Mama Bear using her druidic skills and wild empathy. You notice that they were all stuck in these strange poison-barbed traps. Traps that, while similar to those Weepa had crafted, appeared to be crueler in nature and were definitely not placed by your own Broken Tusk following. Wary that perhaps another following might be encroaching upon the territory of the Broken Tusk, you all went back to camp with your newfound tapir fans, friendly and loving, one heavily bonded to Farron and the other bonded to Mama Bear, I think. Split between the two of you. Returning to the following, you quickly noticed porcupines attacking some of the mammoths. Rushing to their aid, you were able to determine a large, giant porcupine, the size of maybe a full-grown dog or wolf. You noticed it was protecting 2 baby porcupines hidden in its cluster. You were able to clear the mammoth herd away and kind of set up a safe space for everybody there. And then you all reported to your respective houses, telling them about your fears of this following and other hunters in the land. As you awaken the following morning, there's still a couple days until the night of the green moon, and at least 2 tasks to be performed in service to the following. As you gather up in the morning, what do you all choose to do?
I mean, the scheduled thing last time was to do the river, right?
We hadn't technically decided. I don't think we had technically decided yet.
I think
I think we're the.
Yeah, like I think Mama Bear would want to meet up with everyone as well and discuss our next task.
You guys are definitely circling up in the common meeting area in the morning, so you guys are around each other if you want to chat and discuss your options.
How was everyone's night?
Fine.
Yeah, I'm just sort of raring to go, good night's sleep. Like, I'm really ready to take on something.
Yes, and have your thoughts on our next task?
I was thinking we could do the river. It seems to be the most straightforward task. Literally collecting water.
You are right. That is a bit of a straightforward task, and if there are things we need to handle, then so be it. And it'll be good to have Picano with us today, I think.
I mean, this isn't just a straightforward task. This is a ceremony. So
Of
it's
course.
more
I
than
mean,
just.
we're preparing for a ceremony, but the task itself is straightforward, like
I-
preparation, no?
It's still
Either
very
way,
important.
yes. Either way, Rockloom or the river, we are doing different preparations for the ceremony. Rockloom, I think, would be best to do tomorrow, because if we clear anything out, we want to make sure that it won't just come back in another 2 days. But if the animals there are peaceful, then there's no need to rid any of them from the area. So tomorrow is a great day to handle such a task. I think Bacano is restless as well, so bringing him out with us today to the river would maybe be best to lift his spirits a bit.
I mean, no matter what, he's always going to be restless. He is always going to be Picano, to put things swiftly. So, no matter what, he's going to be the same.
All that boy
Yeah.
needs is more confidence. That's the last thing he needs.
I mean, he's still young. He's not as young as I thought, but I mean, myself and Mama Bear knows, like, you think you want to change, but, like, stuff happens. You change, right?
Hmm.
Like, I'm nowhere near as old as Mama Bear, I assume.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mama
Absolutely.
Bear amongst you guys is the oldest, though not the oldest in the following. That probably goes to Let's.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm 145, but
Grandfather A was only
um.
a little over 100.
hmm And yet his experience outweighs mine in some ways. Now, I understand all of your misgivings about Picano, but his heart is in a good place, and he shoulders a lot of responsibility, more than many of us do.
He wouldn't go that far.
If he is the next in line to be a Mammoth Lord, then it is a bit of a heavy weight. However, it is not for that reason that you should not feel upset if he steps over your own boundaries. But either way, today is a good day. The weather is kind, and I think that a trip to the river will be good for us all.
Well, let's get going then.
Yeah, I mean, no one will get to shoulder any responsibilities. We're late for this river task.
All right. As you guys come to an agreement towards heading towards the river, you head toward the edge of camp. Picano, pacing nervously, well, maybe more agitated than nervous, perhaps, as he moves around. I realize perhaps in the first session, Picano didn't get a full, worthy description. Tall, broad-shouldered. Picano has an easy smile, even though sometimes it turns into a quick sneer. And one of the characteristics that stands out most as you stare at him, a trace, just a hint of his grandfather's Asmere heritage, possesses two different colored eyes. One happens to be red, and the other, like a brownish red. The other, a golden color. That has always sort of marked him as a little different from the rest of the tribe. Sort of touched towards greatness, if you might say. He points anxiously towards baskets that have been just dumped and thrown down on the grass, scattered unceremoniously around. Like, those are for you. And then turns and rushes off towards the river, not even waiting for you to start to follow.
I think Farron immediately upon seeing him just like book it is just like trying to immediately catch up, just like waving, tapping his shoulder, like waving their hand near his face to try to get him to turn around to pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Make me a quick athletics check.
Oh boy, I'm great at that. Just one moment.
You catch up to him quickly, kind of wave, and he stops and he looks at you. He's like, I expected you to have come yesterday. We're already a day behind finishing this task. Now you seek to slow me further, Farron?
You're running off. We were busy doing another task. I just noticed that you're seeming a bit on the potentially nervous side, and I wanted to ask if you were all right.
He sneers just a little bit. He's like, I don't need you babying me, Farron.
I'm not babying
I've been
you.
training to
I'm
be a
asking.
scout longer than the rest of you combined. Let's just get this done.
Yeah, and you can clearly see where the training's going, considering
And
a
you
couple
clearly
days ago
answered my
performances.
question.
He glares at Lanatuk as I assume the rest of the party approaches with the baskets in hand.
Mama Bear would go ahead.
Yeah, I think we'll.
Yes, I'm assuming that would be the case.
Yeah, assume that we
Yeah.
grabbed our baskets.
Mama Bear would also be holding up a hand and just saying, Pacano, today is not the day for your hot-headedness. This is a task that requires patience. Filling a ceremonial vessel is more than just something that needs to get done. And if you cannot exhibit that patience, then you are not proving yourself the scout you mean to be.
He kind of rolls his eyes. Another lecture. It's water in a jug, Mama Bear. There's more important things scouts could be doing, such as gathering meat for the tribe or searching for dangers in the wild. Let's just get this part over with.
What do you think we did yesterday, Pacano? Did you hear about the tapirs we had saved before they had died? If we did not act then we would not have them now.
And I get regulated to a task to gather water from a stream. Yes, I heard of your accomplishments.
I think our accomplishments stand for their own, and we don't need to justify ourselves to a child. Let's just get this over with.
I mean, if you're so eager, let's have a race, Picano. I mean,
Do not encourage him right now, please.
Now you're talking, outsider. And he quickly turns and begins to book it.
Teddy, can you make sure they don't hurt themselves?
For anyone racing, go ahead and make an athletics check.
Lanatuk will start.
Do you want it hidden, or is it okay to be open?
You can make it.
Lanatuk will start trying to palm bets from people.
Yikes.
oh no, Picano has run away from me. Whatever will I do? I'll just spend some more time
Oh
without
my
his
God.
company. Oh dear.
Farron is having.
Farron was proving to be the most athletic person in the group.
Sprinting,
With your
I
+1 modifier.
right?
Oh,
maybe I should build strength characters now.
Nah, the moment you build strength characters will be lowering roll strength checks and high intelligence checks.
Oh, so true.
Oh, so I should be making intelligence checks, is what you're saying. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's shift it and mix it all up. So I assume just Farron Teddy and Talon are racing Picano. And the
Yes,
others are just
Lanatuk is busy
following.
busy gathering bets from people who are watching.
Teddy is really just trying to make sure that they don't injure themselves.
Make
out there.
me a diplomacy check, Lanatuk.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, God.
Na-na-na. Diplomacy. Oh right, it's in alphabetical order. That'll help.
Yeah,
Let's go!
You start, jiving up the crowd, people watching at the edge there. You get a couple people willing to trade a couple small things like a small bone-handled dagger, some food for the night. Basic trade good, not really money and stuff, since the following doesn't really care as much about gold and the like, but some useful items for around camp, some trades, some liquor, things like that. The majority of them betting that Picano is going to win.
Oh,
After
excellent.
the bets have been made, Mama Bear walks over with vessel in hand and then grabs him by the ear and starts dragging Lanatuk and just like walks slowly while everyone else runs ahead.
I'll still have my arms filled with the bets of various peoples. I'll make sure to hold on to those.
All right, so you guys rush forward. Lanatuk begins outpacing Talon and Theodora. But
You mean Farron?
no, Picano starts outpacing Talon and Theodora just a bit. He's almost just barely keeping ahead of you. None of you kind of performing as well as you would expect to be able to perform. And Farron just takes off quickly, rushing kind of ahead of everyone. It's more a marathon than a sprint. So as you guys rush forward, go ahead, everybody make me a fortitude saving throw real quick. If you want to press all the way to the river without giving up.
Oh wow.
There's my crap roll.
Direct.
So you rush hard forward, kind of. You and Talon and Picano get a little winded. Theodore, you're fine. You're a little winded.
I'm running circles around them.
You're just on the brink of exhaustion as you start to approach the river. As Theodore, you kind of get the feeling like she could have pushed harder if she wanted to, but maybe you don't really care as much. Like, you're not as winded nearly as anybody else. As the glistening river comes in sight, you got about a 20-minute lead over Mama Bear and Lanatuk, and I need the three of you to make a perception check.
The three that are racing.
Yeah.
How much of a lead do Picano, Talon, and Baron have on Mama Bear and Lanatuk?
About 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. And Teddy just is like ahead of that.
No, Teddy just isn't winded. Like, everybody else is exhausted, and Teddy is just like, eh.
They all get there around the same time as Farron wins the race handily, sprinting ahead of everyone, arriving almost a full minute earlier. And as you approach, Theodora and Farron, you see on the river's far bank, there appears to be a long wooden spear jammed into the ground, a tattered banner hanging off of it.
I'm gonna look to Teddy immediately. Just motion.
Do I recognize it?
You'd have to approach closer to recognize it.
Does it look like it's a warning? Is it like...
This looks kind of stabbed into the ground a little bit.
Teddy,
I'm gonna
go back, tell the others I can get closer.
just be careful.
I will. Don't worry about me.
She grins a
As
little.
you're discussing, Picano, kind of catching his breath, looks up. As he sees it, he sprints, running towards it, and immediately grabs it, pulling it out of the ground.
Attack of opportunity and like trip him?
I'm gonna say I want to try to clothesline him.
Sure.
Yeah, I want to trip him. Attack of opportunity style.
Picano is hostile to you. Sure.
I just want to trip him. I don't want to.
I'd say he's.
Make an athletics check against Picano here.
I'd say he's rather hostile.
You said athletics?
Yeah, it'd be athletics to try to trip him against his.
Can I try to aid?
No, just because Theodora has attack of opportunity as a fighter, I'm gonna let her do it in this case as a reaction to him sprinting ahead. You attempt to trip Picano, but he kind of steps over your long, gangly legs and kind of ignores you as he rushes forward. He rips the spear out of the ground, kind of holding it up above his head. He screams out, "Who objects to my right to this spear? I challenge you to a wrestling match for this prize," he shouts, glaring at each of you in turn. And at this point, you, Mama Bear and Lanatuk, you approach just to hear him crying that out, hoisting the spear above his head.
Can I see what the flake looks like?
You'll have to approach closer. He kind of rushes across the stream a little bit. From a distance, go ahead and make me a perception check real quick.
Sure. Well, never. I'm too far away.
This black splotch. It's kind of waving in the wind, and Picano is like waving it around over his head, and you can't get a good read on the banner that's hanging from it.
Come on, Lanatuk, let's get closer.
The spear does look finely crafted.
Will the rest of us challenge the wrestling match?
Kano?
So he kind of ignores anybody who's not agreeing to the wrestling match. He zeroes in on Talon. He's like, what do you say, Lanatuk?
I'll nudge Talon to kind of urge him forward to accept the challenge.
Yeah, I was going to. Like, I'm slightly annoyed now.
Is anybody else going to try to wrestle for the right to this spear?
Yeah, Teddy will wrestle.
No, I've got no wishes for a fancy stick found on a riverbank.
Teddy will wrestle.
I would like, while this wrestling is happening, to not watch, but instead see if there's any traces of anybody else having been here recently, aside from the spear.
Good idea.
Take your butts here!
Make me a survival check. As you're looking around.
And opportunity, of course.
So it's hard for you to get a sense if anybody's been around here, but you do notice that the water is murky, kind of floating along its surface is charcoal ash, as though from a large fire far upriver. And as you dwell on that, Picano, he kind of drives the spear back into the ground and looks at Teddy and Talon, like, you wish to wrestle for the right of the spear? You can go ahead, Mama Bear. Sorry.
So while he's saying, "Do you wish to wrestle for the right of the spear?" Mama Bear's just like, "Mona, do you want to go on for a little wrestling match?" And then Mona just like walks up behind Teddy and Talon and like sits down.
Picano just rolls his eyes. He's like, "What? What is a bear going to do with a spear, Mama Bear?"
She just smiles and watches.
I mean,
use it as a toothpick, I suspect.
I
mean, I saw you against that moose. What are you going to do with a spear?
He glares at Talon. He's like, "I will beat all comers for this spear." And
what?
he looks at Theodora first. He's like, "As the oldest member of the following, I'll give you first right to try to win it from me." Teddy.
Thanks, Bacano.
And as he circles around, he comes out to try to draw like a circle with his foot. So here's the gist of how the wrestling contest works. A little subsystem for all of you. There will be essentially 4 checks that you can attempt. Now, at the start, it is 4 athletics checks. However, for any single check, you can substitute acrobatics, deception, or intimidation, but you can only make that substitution once for each roll. So you will have to make an athletics check at least once. You could choose to make 4 of them, or you can choose to swap out either of those skills. And what I'll do is I'll put this out in chat for you, in the Foundry chat.
While they're getting ready to wrestle and Pacano's a little distracted, can I attempt to take a closer look at the spear?
Yes. Yeah, you can do that. I'll just let you take a close look. Give me just 1 second to finish typing this, and then. So as you look at the spear, you see it's finely crafted from fire-treated ash wood, tipped with a serrated steel broadhead that looks to be etched with some sort of strange runic symbol on it. It's hard to read, but you, with your innate connection as a wild magic sorcerer, feel that it might be enchantment rune of some sort. Attached to it is a tattered deerhide banner that's sort of tangled around near the spearhead. On the banner is a black silhouette of a woolly mammoth against a backdrop of red flames. And you see hanging from it a grim totem, a charred human hand tied to the shaft.
Yeah, this isn't probably something we should be fighting over.
You wouldn't know what the spear was useful for if it stabbed you in the stomach, Lana took. Like, let the true warriors of the following hash this out. And he nods.
Yeah, I'll call you a true warrior when you can wet a blade.
Teddy nods to Bacano and steps into the ring.
You know, Lanatuk, at least he's good at wetting his pants.
He glares at you as well, Baron.
Mama Bear speaks up and says to the others, "Respect the rules of the match."
Let's settle this like true warriors, Bacano.
Right, the checks are on you, so you can describe how you want to do it and then make the appropriate check that you want to make, Teddy.
So she's gonna go in and try and grapple him.
Pacano just kind of looks up at your massive... You're over a foot taller than Pacano is, and he's not a short man at around 6 feet, but you just tower over him with your massive frame. And he kind of ducks down low, trying to prepare himself for your attempt to grapple him. If you want to grapple, that can be...
She's gonna bend down. Like, she will physically bend to, like, get a lower...
Center of gravity.
Center of gravity. And, like, try and just hoist him over her shoulder, like, to the ground.
Alright, I assume you're making an athletics check for that. Correct?
Yes, athletics checks.
Alright, go ahead and make that check.
Ooh.
Alright, you grab onto Pacano and hoist him up. He wrestles and squirms in your grasp as you kind of toss him to the side a little bit. He lands on his feet and he comes kind of growling as he stands back up and prepares to engage again. You still get 3 more checks. So it all comes down to a total of... So you earn points for every successful check. Similar.
Okay.
And then critical failures, you lose points, and critical successes, you get bonus points. And to win, you have to have a cumulative total of 4 points. So right now you have 1 point.
Okay.
I'll just be transparent. It's a DC 15. That way we can roleplay appropriately. So
Okay. She like grins to him and she's like, "Come on, Pagano. Come and get me." She's just like circling around him.
and roars out. And you get to make all the checks on this one. Pacano doesn't make any checks. So
Okay.
you
Well,
decide what you want to do. It can be 4 athletics if you want them to be, if that's your strongest skill.
yeah, it's gonna be athletics. 4 athletics.
All right.
Actually, you know what? I am gonna roll. No, I'm gonna stick with athletics. So she like sees he's not like coming in for the bait, and she like rushes at him again and like tries to suplex him through the air one more time.
All right. Go ahead and roll athletics. Pacano sort of charges in a bit. You grab him and just throw him through the air. He twists through and he lands harshly on his side, kind of rolling through the dirt. He quickly scrambles back up to his feet as you critically succeeded on this check. So you have 3 points right now. He growls. Oh, it's unfair. Ah.
Are you still
Cinder
good?
made you so tall as he grunts, getting back up.
Come on,
What the hell
brother.
is unfair about a fight you started?
I know you have it in you to win the day. Let's see if we can go at this again. And she like, once he's standing up, she rushes in again immediately and like tries to toss him from the ring.
Oof.
As you critically succeed once more, you take Pacano, you just throw him. He tumbles, slams into the ground, and actually rolls into the river, getting soaked wet. As he stands back up, he throws his hands up in frustration. He's like, "You cheat with your height! You cheat! It's unfair! No woman should be as tall as you!" And he
Come back in
grumbles.
again, brother.
And he's like, "Ugh, the spear is yours, fine." And he kind of marches off to the side, frustrated and angry.
She goes and collects the thing and like she's gonna look and see like if she can tell anything from it. What do you want me to? I know there's a hand on it, and like
Yeah, so as you look at, you can go ahead and make a, if you want to spend about 10 minutes studying it, you could make an identification check to see if you can determine if it's
what do you
magical.
want for identification?
You could choose nature, arcana, religion, or oh my god, I just forgot the skills in Pathfinder. I apologize.
Occultism.
Occultism. Yes, I
I'm
had a
gonna
long day
roll
at work today. I apologize.
It's okay. I'm gonna roll a nature.
Yeah, while Teddy's spending the 10 minutes, can I just grab Pacano and I'm just going to give him a stern word, I think.
Can I also try and identify
Yeah,
like the
you
coat of
can-
arms that are on it?
Any of you that can make an attempt to try to identify the item, or you can the actual symbol is something that none of you have really ever seen before.
How did I roll a 6 and plus 6 made it 11?
I don't
You
know.
rolled a 5.
I don't know if
Yeah, it's at
anyone
a
else wants to try
5 on
to
my end.
identify the spear as well. But right now, none of you.
Actually,
I was gonna roll nature.
Yeah, it's fine. And Mama
Well-
Bear, are you checking too? I'm sorry.
Thanks.
Lots of voices.
well, while everyone was like going around it to check it, she was actually going to walk up to Teddy, who's currently holding it, and saying, "Do you want one more match for that spear, Teddy?" And then Mona is just going to sit beside her.
No thanks, Mama Bear. I know that I would be licked, and she'll just hand the spear over.
Mona licks the hand of Teddy when she says, I know I'll be licked. And
She
then
just winks to
Mama Bear
Mona.
just like She growls back, and Mama Bear starts also trying to identify the spear, while also saying, "Okay, everyone, maybe we should start filling those pots." Oof, that's gonna be.
Ooh.
Yikers.
You all have horrible rolls on identification. None of you can really figure out what this spear is unless you want to cash in a hero point to turn one of the failures into
No.
success.
I'll cash in my hero point for that.
All right, then you identify it's a +1 spear, and it is currently in the loot sheet. Why is it not? He missed it. There we go. All right, a +1 spear. I assume if that's going towards, it's in the loot sheet, so you can just drag and drop it to your inventory sheet, Mama Bear, if you're the one taking it at the end there.
Yeah.
And then, Talon, you place your hand on Picano. He kind of tries to shrug it off. He kind of glares at you. He's like, at least a true follower of the Burning Tusk won such a sacred item. He kind of looks at the spear, and you see his eyes, his red and yellow eyes, sort of gleam as he stares at it. And you see he seems to focus on that grim fetish, the hand. And he whispers, and you just hear it under his breath. He's like, we could learn a lot from whoever did this.
Sacred spear, you just found it 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
There's nothing sacred about it. Might as well have found a random stone strewn upon the beach.
But yeah, I mean, when I go over to
Teddy's gonna
I know
start
it's not
filling
like a nice stern word. I'm gonna
baskets.
actually like, okay, look here, kid. Like, you want to be a leader, yes?
What would you know about what it means to lead in the Broken Tusk? You think you adopted our ways after being here for 6 moons?
All right, I'm not gonna be nice here, kid. Get your head out of your ass. Like, you think this little place is the only place with leadership? Like, your little clan, a nice clan, but a little clan of 70 people. Like, you think that you know this is the entire world and, like, everything, I just start getting angry and angrier. And, like,
I
you
think
start
that
my
you don't
veins
know what it
start, like,
means
flowing.
to be Broken Tusk. You join our following, you adopt our ways, you speak like this. You have not truly become one of us, no matter what grandfather says. Perhaps welcoming outsiders was a mistake on his part.
No, that's just dangerous thinking. Get that out of your head.
Not welcoming
Well-
outsiders is also dangerous thinking.
I mean, with the greatest respect, your clan is tiny and dying without accepting people like me. Like, how long do you think you have? I think you need to sort of get your mind into the future. The world is changing, and, you know, you either change along with it or you'll get buried under the ice. Like, you think that, what, wrestling for a spear is going to make you great? Like, true greatness is seeing people in your clan, like Teddy, big old Teddy, and using their skills, you know?
As you talk, he glances back at the spear, now in Mama Bear's hand. He's like, I agree. The Broken Tusk needs more to be great. And then he just kind of, he turns around and he grabs the ceremonial vessels, the wicker baskets that have been woven, and starts scooping up the ash-filled water.
Does Mama Bear notice now the water is ash filled?
Yeah, all of you can notice the water is kind of ashy and murky at this point.
Supposed to be this way.
She speaks up to. She speaks up to Picano and says, "Wait, Picano, look at the water you are carrying."
And what did you want to say, Farron, before I did the response?
We knew that, or we know that it's not supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be clear water, correct?
Yeah, it's usually pretty clear. It definitely looks like something's drifting from upstream and coming down this way, sort of polluting it.
Yeah, Farron's just gonna.
Teddy would chime in too. Go ahead, Farron. Sorry.
Yeah, Farron's just gonna kind of try to wave Mama Bear's attention with their hand and then just sign that we need to go upstream. Just trying not to grab
Picano-
Picano's attention necessarily.
Yeah, Picano sort of
She
huffs,
nods.
and he fills up 2 of the water vessels, and there's like 6 or 7 total. We'll go with 6 because the module doesn't specify. Thank you. And
She forcibly takes one out of his hand and dumps it and says, "Each of us needs to fill a vessel, and look closely at this water, Picano. It is filled with ash. Look upriver now."
She would talk to Picano and she'd be like, Picano, something has tainted this water. Some foul creatures have tainted this.
he
Don't
waves
let
his
them.
hand dismissively. He's like, if you want to check out you're on your own. I was sent to
You
gather
don't want to
water,
prove
and I
yourself?
got it. And he starts
You don't-
walking back towards camp, ignoring the rest of you.
I'm
speaks up
going
saying,
upstream.
I suspect it's just an attack on some settlement up downriver or upriver, I suppose.
It's hard to
I
tell,
don't
really,
s-
as you look around. The weather's very cloudy, and it's dark and dim. It's hard to tell if there's any sort of fire upstream or anything like that either. So
This is just the assumption that Lana took is going
She'd
off
still
of.
try and go after him and be like, don't bring back poor water. Let's at least go upstream and get fresh away from this corruption.
Picano ignores you, and he starts disappearing off in the distance. You could tell he's upset, sort of angry,
Right.
and just checked out. Doesn't care. He doesn't want to listen to anything you all have.
Upsetty spaghetti, I know.
You know,
Let him be upset later that he failed his task.
I understand how casting command on him would be really bad for his self-esteem, but I really want to do it.
Oh my god.
She, like,
Are you gonna try to cast
Oh,
command?
no.
is there no other vessel? Like, that's the only vessels that are here.
Yeah,
We
there's
have
enough
5
for all
other
of you
vessels.
to fill up a vessel.
He took
Just-
one of
I've seen-
6.
Yeah.
I see not how an attack on some other random settlement upstream is really our business.
It may not be that, but it also is the case that the water is filled with ash. We were told to gather clean water. We have to
Right.
make sure that the source is stopped from spreading this ash in the water.
Yeah.
Can I use prestidigitation to clear the ash out of the water?
Mom Bear just glares and says, "Fine then, you do that, and I will go upstream."
Well, no, I'm
Teddy
asking if
is-
it's something I
So-
can do.
So you cast a spell to sort of kind of clean the area, but the water's flowing so rapidly, it clears that spot, but then it's quickly filled back in with more ashy water as it keeps flowing steadily downstream.
I more so meant I'd scoop some water out and then prestidigitate the water that I had scooped.
Yeah, you could do that.
Can
Farron's gonna. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
can Teddy dump out her water skins and fill them when we get to cleaner water?
You could, or you just take the ceremonial vessel up.
Well, no. She's gonna take the ceremonial
Oh.
vessel, but she wants to bring back enough water for Picano too.
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay, so that's what she's gonna do. She's gonna go upstream or downstream, whichever, upstream, I guess, to find clear water, to fill up her water skins, 2 of them, and her ceremonial vessel.
Is the
Just
whole
move on
party
to-
heading upstream?
Yeah, what I was gonna say, I think Farron, fairly quickly, was just like, I'm going upstream. I don't care what you're gonna do, Picano. And just, they grab theirs and just start heading. Probably a couple steps ahead of the group.
Yeah.
And not really able to hear the conversation.
Anybody else want some free water purifying services? Really
I
doesn't
do
have to be
not.
that
I would
difficult.
rather find the source.
Yeah, I would take Lanet up on his offer, but I'll also say to him, we should still go upstream. You might not care about the settlement, but this is the second sign of possibly people who shouldn't be here being here. I don't know.
Anyone is able to follow these trails. It is the matter of whether or not they are safe that we need to determine.
I'm more concerned about drawing the attention of whatever it is that's out there. We don't need any hostile intervention in any of our affairs. It's
Yeah,
based
but
to
I
lie
say-
low.
I say if there's hostile intervention, it's better if we take care of it rather than, like our little sisters and pregnant scout ladies later. Maybe I'm
And
just paranoid. I don't like the feeling of people being here who shouldn't. Like,
And I need to make sure this river is clean for the animals that drink from it.
If that's your thought process.
if there is danger, we're the best to be equipped to deal with it. We don't want the danger coming to us later, next to all our vulnerable people.
I think at the bare minimum, we at least figure out what the possible danger could be, but I don't think a direct interaction is the best idea.
Yeah. I mean,
At least not until we make the clan leaders aware.
We did make them aware.
Well, we would have more information to make them aware of.
Which is why we should
And
check
let
it
us
out.
gather this information.
I mean, are there, a lot of warriors in the clan? But I mean, it could just be if we give him this extra information, we get sent here to deal with it anyway.
We're meant to be scouts. Let's scout.
Very well.
Scout's duty is to make sure that the safety of the clan is ensured along all routes we take. So, obviously, we have to make sure we take every precaution if we see a threat like this. So Mama Bear starts walking upstream.
I will,
Yeah,
I will begrudgingly go along.
Okay. As the group, grudgingly or not, begins to head upstream. You begin to approach a parting in the path. The river begins to come a little bit more shallow. A small stony island in the river across from an old dead stump. And a strange gurgling voice begins to emanate from the river water as you approach.
Did you say a voice?
A voice. Why have you come? And the ashy water splashes to and fro, partially pulling itself from the river's gentle current. Are you here to help me? I've been so polluted. I feel so weak. So weak.
How can we help you?
How much of this am I able to understand?
Make me a perception check.
Minus 2?
Yeah.
All of us?
No, just Aaron.
How can we help you?
You just hear the bubbling river. You can't make out anything else from this kind of sort of faint. It kind of blends in with the sound of the rushing river, and it's hard for you to pick out the sounds.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, they're just gonna look to. Yeah, there's just confusion very eminent on their face about the situation.
I need help. You must purify the river. There is a mystical flower that grows in the mud across from you. Please.
Can I do a sense motive check on this creature?
Yeah. That'll be a perception check.
Yep.
Oh
my
jeez.
god, why?
Really legit.
Teddy's
Mama
gonna
Bear.
be looking for that flower.
Alright, so they're pretty much talking about this muddy area over here. You could cross through the river, but it'll be it's difficult terrain, so you have to wade through it.
Okay.
Before anyone goes across the river, Mama Bear is gonna have Mona go like right here and then smell for like any threats with imprecise scent. Or not imprecise scent, it's scent imprecise 30 feet.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh my god.
What?
What is happening?
Wow. How can you roll
So-
so
3
many
nat
ones
ones.
in a
Oh my-
row?
Teddy's gonna make her way across to the center island.
As you guys start making your way across towards the center island, I am.
Can I tell if there's any sort of like religious significance to this area at all?
Just straight off the cuff, no. There, you sense automatically there's nothing there. I'm gonna toss a request here for a perception check from everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Is this hearing based again?
Can
No, this is sight-based.
Can
As
I
you're
use
crossing.
my astrology check to give me a circumstance bonus?
If you want to, yeah.
Cool. How do I? So I rolled for it at the end of last session, but I can't remember what I rolled. So do you want me to just re-roll it?
I gotta look up real quick. I want to say, where is this star?
It would have been a single D8.
I want to say, if I seem to remember that you passed it, and that you were.
It's not a pass, but I get a different
Yeah, on a result of the 6, 7, or 8, you gain the +2.
+2,
4,
3,
5,
4,
so
5 is
+1.
+1.
Go ahead and just roll
2
it
is
now,
nothing.
and we'll just open it right now because I didn't write down what you rolled.
Oof. All right. Yeah, I'll take the +1 bonus then.
All right.
+1.
I saw it in the stars that I'd trip on a log.
So everybody except Baron and Lanatuk, you see sort of this small, sort of bird-like creature swimming sort of under the surface of the water, just a little bit. Very hard to see as the murky, ashy water covers it up, and you get the impression the voice is coming from this creature.
Can I tell what it is?
If you would like to make a nature check.
Yeah.
And Mama Bear also try?
Yeah.
Thank God, not another nat 1.
For both Mama Bear and Theodora, you recognize that this creature is what's known as a I'm gonna pronounce this wrong real quick. Lobby.
What?
What now? A lobby?
Yeah.
Lobby.
And they're sort of like fey creatures that capricious
Ooh.
fey that dance in the river streams and kind of live there, sort of moving around.
Are they malefic?
They're, you can't really tell, Theodore, but Mama Bear, you know they're known as kind of, they love to have fun and play pranks.
Okay. I speak up, Mama Bear would speak up and say, is this another of your pranks, little lobby? Are you truly in danger?
I don't know what you speak. And it comes clear, and Farron, you can hear this as well. It's like, I am just a spirit in need of help. It's the river across the flower across the way is truly magical in nature. Please, Please, you do not see the ash in the water? Do you not see what is going on?
Mama Bear speaks in
So-
Druidic. Go ahead.
So Teddy's going to make her way across the river towards the mud.
Okay, well, while Teddy's doing that, Mama Bear says in Druidic, do you truly mean this? Do you understand what I say? Are you a creature of the river?
Cabo doesn't know the Druidic, so
She would nod her head and speak up and say, Teddy, beware that mud. This creature is not as honest as it appears to be.
But Mama Bear, it's a river fae, isn't it?
It is a trickster as well. I would advise caution.
So
Do not let yourself be tricked so easily, and beware
dare
everything
you?
that you see.
Teddy's gonna
dare?
look at the mud and like
I advise you take things a little bit more carefully than that.
and see if there's anything up with the mud.
Are you going into the mud?
No. She just is
Okay.
looking right now.
It smells really bad, and it's thick and sticky.
Like tar.
No, just like thick mud.
Oh, like
just,
you would lose a boot in it if you
like,
stepped in.
yeah, smells horrible. Like you
Do I know what it smells like?
just bad, like rotten vegetables and
Oh.
skunks and everything else.
Do I see this
Is
flower?
There is a flower sitting about dead center of the mud itself. This flower actually, it looks, it's very clean and looks quite good. A small lily type flower.
How far out?
Usually advise not touching that.
You would have to
Yeah.
wade through the mud, about 7-8 feet to get to it.
Mama Bear's gonna look more upstream and see if the ash and stuff is still coming down.
It is.
I'm gonna.
Teddy,
Could
Go
I could I potentially lasso this flower?
I don't think we should touch it.
Possibly. You could try to
Okay.
lasso the flower.
I'm gonna try and lasso the flower.
At least one of you.
Teddy, we should just keep going upstream.
Yes, we should ignore this circumstance.
Don't listen
Agree.
to them, lady. Please help me as best you can, please.
Teddy, I say this as a druid. This is not a spirit of nature. It is a trickster.
But if it's in trouble, Mama Bear, and it really needs this flower, then we could help it now. If
And we
I
can
could
clean it
reach
more upstream.
Would that
As-
be okay with you if we cleaned it upstream and she
As you
looks to the
talk,
creature?
you see the fey creature gets more and more agitated and upset. He's like, "You ruin it! You ruined the fun! You ruined everything! Why couldn't you just do what I asked you to do?" And as he says that, the water sort of surges forward as a creature leaps forth, and all of you can go ahead
Look.
and roll initiative.
I knew it. I knew it.
Teddy's so trusting. I'm just going,
Mama Bear's a
oh, we're gonna die.
Mama Bear's a druid. She has to be wary of these creatures.
Teddy's just going, but we could help it.
Yeah.
We can help it. It looks like it's in trouble.
I mean, not the metagame or anything, but it was always sus when a gridded map appeared.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's only
when they're red squared.
maybe it's only attacking because you chose not to help it.
Or instead of we ruined the fun,
We'll see.
it was trying to mess with us.
I was going to try to outsmart it, but there was not an option to. So,
As we enter combat, this winged, strange, watery creature floats up out of the river, flies over here. and then
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
pumps
Oh.
out a massive cloud of acid from its breath. And everybody go ahead and make me a reflex saving throw. I should be able to pop this into chat. Give me a second. Nope.
Everybody?
Oh,
or
Everybody
Or
in this
the
cone.
cone.
So not
Okay.
Mona or Teddy.
Okay. You said
Yep,
reflex?
reflex saving throw. Alright, so let me do this real quick. Lanatuk, you will take 8 acid damage and everybody else will take half.
excellent.
Even behind you?
No. Well, I mean,
And then that will end its turn as Calbo gets to go. So
Lanatic is growing more and more frustrated.
immediately, the Labobi, he begins preening himself and he gestures up and with a majestic presence, he sort of casts out this strange and everybody will make a you should be able to click this button. I'm not certain in chat for DC 17 will. Everybody makes that.
Is this?
I got success.
Yeah, and that includes Mona as well.
Oh. Okay.
Wait, is this like a hearing-based thing?
It is
Or-
not. He is like
Or I just see the text bubble, and so is.
He
Oh,
is
well,
Roll
peacocking.
or not?
Ooh, I failed by 1.
He's peacocking.
yeah, essentially he's peacocking. Yeah.
I just saw the little chat bubble, and I was like, verbal component, maybe.
Mona got a crit success.
Yeah, Mona is
Mona is done with the shenanigans.
completely fine, not affected in any way, shape, or form. For those of you who just passed, you can't take reactions until the start of your next turn. And then for Lanatuk and Theodora,
Mm.
you guys are fascinated by this creature. And you cannot take any reactions for the next minute. As you kind of just, it's awe and glow as it preens its fey majesty over all of you. And then it turns towards you, Theodora. And it casts hydraulic push at you. And with a 19, that will hit for
Jesus Christ.
12 damage.
Oh my gosh.
And as you're knocked back 5 feet, it tries to push you, and your foot kind of sort of steps a bit into the mud. As make me a reflex saving throw. Oh, I'm trying to mark off that.
Okay.
Ooh.
But you manage, as you start to step into it, you rock back, and you don't step into the mud itself. And that will be its turn. Mama Bear.
So Mama Bear is gonna take out her spear, have Mona walk up to Calbo, and then try and do athletics to try and grapple the creature. That's a 23.
A 23 will succeed, so he will become grabbed.
Actually, can I say that Mono moved right here instead?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So Mom Bear is going to use her last action to throw her spear at the creature.
Okay. A 16 hits. For 8 damage as your spear slams in to Calbo, kind of grazing past him. Grunt. Ugh! No fun! No fun! No fun! And that will be
Awesome.
your turn, Farron.
I know that Calbo is grabbed. Are they also flat-footed with
That
this?
makes them flat-footed for being grabbed. Yes.
Hmm?
Yes, they are flat-footed from being grabbed.
Cool, because that
Mom Bear would also say to spread out.
I'm going there and I'm gonna hit. So if they are flat-footed, I'm gonna do. Let's do a rapier for the first one, and if this is a hit, that will also get sneak attack off. I forgot to target.
Yeah,
Oh
you
no!
forgot to target, but that is a critical hit.
Yes. And I click to enable. Here we are. Be
That's
13
unfortunate.
with 1d6 precision. And then I'm
That's
going
still a lot
to
of damage.
multi-attack penalty with my rapier. Try to hit again.
Wow. Holy shit.
Oh my god! What? That's also
hit?
a critical hit.
Is that hit?
But no,
Someone
but no
needs to
sneak
go
attack,
to a-
right?
Someone
It's
needs to
still
go to a
sneak
No,
casino.
attack. You get sneak attack on every strike
Oh.
in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, as long as they're flat-footed.
And also rapiers
wow.
are a deadly D8.
I mean, that was almost enough. So you just rush forward and just stab. After the first hit, you see panic invade this fey creature's eyes. He looks around as though he's going to look for a hasty escape, and then you follow through and hit him with the rapier, pierces him down, and he just falls gurgling into the ashy water, dead by your blade. As you just wrecked his world.
Mom Bear's
Sorry, what was
eyes
that? I
widen a
couldn't
little.
hear you. You were too busy being dead.
And
Wow,
Talon,
cool.
as it's your turn, this elemental creature just lets out a shriek of rage seeing Calbo fall.
Oh, is it not despawning?
It
It
is
wasn't
not.
summoned.
Yeah. I will shout angrily back at the elemental, and I will attempt to demoralize it.
Alright. Go ahead and make your intimidation check against its will DC, and that is enough. It is frightened of you.
And now that it is frightened, I'm just going to shout in its face and say, "You call that rage? This is rage." And I'm going to rage.
You know what? Get a hero point for that.
Alright, and because I've got reach, I'm just going to stab it from here.
Okay.
Oh, crap, I should have targeted it.
A 26 will critically hit since it's frightened.
Let's go.
Jesus!
Oh my
What
god.
This is the freaking
also
moose.
the
all over
range
How
again.
do you
damage-
one-shot this elemental?
I mean, it should have been higher because it used the wrong rage damage for some reason, but yeah. Oh yeah, as I rage, like, before I started looking a bit steamy, like, I've gone full, like, my veins are now, like, volcanic magma, and, like, water is bubbling around me, and I'm just growing a lot more hairy and much more draconic. And as I just scream and just hack it a bit, I guess.
Are we out of combat?
You're out of combat.
Am I still fascinated?
It shakes off as Calbo kind of dies.
Oh, Lanatuk is extremely unhappy with Mama Bear right now.
Can
Really?
Teddy see if if there's any way to help Calbo.
I
You can
very
make a
much
medicine
doubt
check.
that.
Farron's gonna go over to see if Talon wants a high five.
I'm too busy shouting angrily at bloodstains.
Yeah, they seem like, okay, I'm gonna.
No.
Monver's gonna take a moment to use a 3-action heal for everyone.
All right.
Wow.
So that'll be 3 for everyone.
Does that hit Calbo too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But it
I mean,
seems to have no effect over Calbo and the strange elemental creature. And Talon, Lanatuk, and Mama Bear, and Mona, in fact. Go ahead and make me perception checks.
I'm gonna treat wounds on Teddy.
Okay. Remember, you have the treat wounds
Yeah, I was
utility
clicked
thing.
in on it right now.
Yep. It
I
makes
get
life so
Mona's
easy.
perception as well.
I don't think that works.
No, you failed your medicine check. So let me look here. Lanatuk 17, Mama Bear 24, Talon 21, Mona 10. Mama Bear and Talon, you get this faint odor coming from this hollowed log kind of sitting here that smells like the start of something beginning to rot, like a dead animal.
Is that flower still in the mud?
Yes.
Can I try and lasso it?
Yeah, make an athletics check.
Yeah, but I guess me and Mama Bear would approach the smelly. Was it the log which was smelling?
Yeah, this log over here.
Sure.
Do I get the flower?
Yeah, you expertly lasso the flower, kind of rip it around and pull it towards you.
Mona's
Okay.
sniffing, I'm sniffing the log.
As you inspect the log, you just kind of deep in and you look in. You see a grim sight: the crumpled corpse of a Kellid woman, dressed in hide armor.
Oh no.
Everyone come see this.
So Teddy's gonna take her flower and run across the river.
Can I make
It's-
a medicine check? See if I can figure out any
Do
more
we
information
recognize
about
them?
this.
Yeah, you can make a medicine check. As you hold this flower, by the way, Teddy, you get this strange kind of feeling from it, as though it's something is special about it.
Should I do a nature check on it?
If you want, it'll take 10 minutes if you want to try to
Oh
identify
god.
it.
Can we do... First she
But
wants to know if she recognizes the Kellid
you do
lady.
not recognize, as you pull the corpse out and Farron takes a closer look at it, what you see, the corpse's face bears distinctive burn scars all across it, almost though as done through like a ritual burning to mark the face in strange patterns. But you can tell, Farron, as you look at it, it was not fire, but rather drowning that caused this person to die.
Mhm.
What killed her?
She was drowned.
Then it is as I feared. These creatures meant to harm us.
Does it look like these were potentially made by other humans? Or is that too specific for me to ask?
The burns?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. So scarification and like ritual burnings pretty common in the Kellid tribes. Even some of the people of your own following do like scars and tattoos to symbolize themselves. And I'd have to double check my remembrance. I think Otter House, or maybe the house run by the dwarf, does scarring. ritual scarring, but
Okay.
this is definitely ritual like burning. Like whoever came from this, these burns are purposeful and designed in a ritual sense to identify like them or their status or something. It's you recognize it as a common practice among some of the Kelid followings. And as you're investigating it, you also see a small talisman kind of hanging from the hide armor attached to it that you recognize. It looks like it might be some sort of object of significance of some sort of enchantment. Dried interwoven leaves sort of woven together in a pattern.
I think that Farron would very carefully remove that and pass it over to Lanatuk to get a glance at.
And both the flower and the talisman are in the loot sheet. The flower is under equipment and the talisman's under consumables. If you look at it, if you want to drag and drop it, whoever has it.
I make the requisite Arcana check to identify it.
Yeah, if you guys want to spend 10 minutes,
I will spend 10 minutes there.
yeah, and then you can, if you want to make your check, Theodora, for your item.
I'm also
while
going
that's
to treat
checking-
wounds on Theodora.
While they're checking, can I just wander off and look for some
Ooh.
clean water for our ritual vessels?
Do
Yeah.
I know what the flower is?
Yeah, so you recognize. So this flower is known as a mud lily. It's a golden flower that grows among, filthy ponds or puddles. It has this, you can pin it to your clothing or hair, and the magic in the mud lily, if the lily is clean, it'll make all your clothes dirty over an hour. And if the lily is dirty, it will make all your clothes appear clean. So after an hour, if it's clean, you will look like you've lived in squalor for years. But when it's dirty, there will be no soil anywhere on your body except on the lily itself. However, you know that every day the lily cleans itself. So you'll start getting filthier and filthier unless you choose to dirty the flower. And
She smears mud on it, sticks it on her on her ear.
And for Lanatuk, you recognize that this is a Hunter's Bane talisman. When affixed to armor as a free action, you can envision it when a undetected enemy hits you with an attack, and you can activate this to know its exact location, so it becomes hidden instead of undetected. So you know where the attacks are coming from.
I'll explain as such, I suppose.
So it would be good for someone you send out ahead to take the hits instead of, like a scout.
It doesn't look like it came much in handy for this woman, though.
You can take it.
I can't imagine her attackers were remaining undetected.
I imagine we
Looks
just
to be-
handled her attackers.
I very
These-
much doubt that.
These burns, they bear a ritualistic value. There's another following nearby. I don't.
You said she had died from drowning, didn't you, Farron?
It's what this appears to look like.
Yes, but it
The burns
doesn't.
came after.
It doesn't take a genius to connect the fact that she has a lot of burns that were done in a ritualistic manner. The spear we found on a riverbank, as well with a fire in the background on the field of coat of arms, might I say. As
And a
well
charred
as
hand.
Yeah.
the
Yes,
charred
the hand
hand,
missing.
the ash-covered river. It doesn't take a genius to recognize that these all originated in the same place.
I don't doubt that her own. I would doubt that her own clan would kill her. However, the charring and the burning tendencies seem similar to have been from her own clan. I do think that perhaps she was murdered by these creatures here, and perhaps they meant to do the same to us.
I mean, regardless of what her intentions are, there, what blood stains in water now. Shall we find clean water and resume other things?
Yes, we must keep
rather
going
than
upriver.
speculating? I think.
Don't think that,
Everyone go ahead and make me a survival check.
based off of the information that we saw yesterday near the Tapir Grove, I don't doubt that we're not alone, especially with this information now.
Exactly.
Yeah, we should be wary.
Talon,
I
just real quick, you get the impression that wherever this ash is coming from, it would take several days of travel just from how it's saturated in the travel and the flow. It's probably not going to be possible to get to a place of clean water. You might just need to clean the ash yourself. Now you guys can continue. I'm sorry, Farron. Pick back up.
That's fine.
I think with this,
So, weird question.
this is just.
We'll let Farron finish what they are trying to say real quick.
I think with the information that we found yesterday with the Tapir Grove, as well as now seeing, or the hand is missing on this, right?
No, the hand's not missing from this
Oh,
person.
okay.
It was just this. The spear had like a charred hand, but this body isn't missing a hand.
But with the spear and now finding this person here, as well as the tracks that we saw yesterday, it's more than safe to assume that we're not alone in these circles.
And
And the
this
Mammoth Lords
person,
must know.
this person has no weapons on them, by the way, just armor.
It's
No, I
been-
definitely feel like that's a
They've been
good
looted.
conclusion to make.
I'm gonna grab my spear back as well.
Shall we bring
Do we know?
body back?
Yeah. Why don't we do that? Maybe the clan leaders could tell what tribe she's from, or.
I mean, there's not really much in the ways of identification. It's just more so solid proof that we didn't just see something and this is a very serious threat, potentially.
I believe a respectful burial is more on the table, if anything.
I
Yeah, I mean, nothing
agree
else.
with
Like,
that.
yeah, I
Mama,
mean,
Mama, go ahead.
yeah, I was just gonna ask Mama if Mona could carry like my ceremonial water vessel. I can carry the body back, unless I can.
Oh, I suppose so, unless we all wish to bury the body here. Mumber is also gonna just sort of smile and approach Lanatuk and say, may you please clean my water, Lanatuk?
And Lanatuk will do so. Now, as well for anybody else that requests. But
Teddy would request it.
Yeah.
could
I think my water
I
technically already clean. It just came along.
could I make like a charcoal like sketch of the markings on the body?
Yeah, you could probably do that. Yeah. It'll
Okay.
take some time, but you could do it.
Do you want me to like roll anything for it?
Go ahead and roll a crafting check.
Crafting.
That will work well.
Mine crafting.
It doesn't take too long for you to make a quick sketch of the markings and the things that you've seen.
Alright, now that we have this this sketch mark of the markings, we don't need to bring the body back, and we can give it a rather respectful burial instead.
Do you know how to bury this body respectfully?
I still think it would be wise that we bring them back. I know it will not be the best in terms of our gear and carrying things, though I believe that it would be good so we can have some of the elders put this body at peace.
I mean, I suppose I would know how to respectfully bury the body. Considering my teachings, I think we are more than capable of doing so here. Transporting the body only risks further damage and disrespect to it.
To be fair, she's also very rotten.
Exactly. Do you really want to have to get that stench out of your clothes later?
Teddy also would like to make sure that she collects the body of the Fae if it's still there and like gets it out of the water.
The body's still there.
Yeah, she just wants to get it out of the water. She probably would carry it to the shoreline, just over here, and like.
Because Teddy puts it in the mud. I'm just kidding.
Tempted. I'm really tempted. But
So typically, for the Broken Tusk, one of the things that you would be familiar with, the way the Broken Tusks bury bodies is they typically create sort of a ceremonial burn, and they put it on, marking to allow animals and insects to devour the body to give back to the land. So they don't do burials or burnings or anything like that. They lay it out ceremonially and allow the land to feast on the bodies. It has a term. There's a term for it. And I'm blanking on the term, but if you give me a second, I'll remember it. What's it called?
Well, to be fair, the body isn't like of our clan, so I'm not necessarily sure they'd follow our customs.
Yeah, it's called excarnation is the custom. So they find an outcropping or ledge in the hills and lay the bodies, or in plains they stretch it across a hide on the tops of trees to hold it aloft so that scavengers and other people can consume it.
Yeah. I feel like we probably shouldn't do our necessarily ceremony and just give it a as respectful as burial as we can manage, given the circumstances, and that should do adequately. But considering we don't know of what culture she hails from, it might be a bit disrespectful to force our customs upon her corpse.
It's a pretty common Kelid custom.
Oh, so it likely is what
yeah,
they
it's
would
probably her
Yeah.
custom.
So
Okay.
the Broken
And-
Tusks do it, and the majority of the Kelid followings follow the common funerary custom.
Okay.
Can Mama Bear at least make a check to see if she knows what Kelid following she's a part of?
You're part of the Broken Tusk.
No.
No, the lady.
the lady?
The lady.
You can make a check.
What kind of check?
Society?
I guess this would.
I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
can do
trained.
society.
check.
I hope this goes well.
Oh my goodness.
You have no idea.
Man, those ones
I
with
would
you tonight.
also like to attempt to identify what clan she might be from, considering I have a bit of an okay society.
No. We're just going with the one. Mama Bear tried it. No success. And now we move on.
Mama Bear isn't even entirely sure she's human.
Mama Bear isn't human at all.
No,
No, the lady.
The body.
Oh, I see.
These
Jesus.
pronouns are confusing
now Mama
all
Bear's-
of us.
Well, now Mama Bear is having self-doubts.
Like, I don't even know if I am okay.
What following am I? The Broken Tusk. The what? The Burning Tusk. No, the Broken Tusk.
Oh my.
Tusks earlier, for the record.
So are we capable
Okay,
of?
Lily, we know. People mispronounce things, huh? Lily.
Fair.
Delilah.
Hey there, Delilah.
Still like in New York City.
Lily's not
So-
allowed to mention when I missay things anymore.
I'll
because
just put
they
dice in my jar. It's fine.
they
it's good.
missaid many things during our extra life one shot. Which, by the way, we are
Mhm.
only like $8.22 away from an even 2,300 extra life. If anybody wants to make
Yeah,
a donation
wow.
tonight. What are you guys
Shall
doing?
we return then? If we have.
Yeah, we can. Are we capable of doing or expect a full burial out here? For the most part.
I mean, not a
Well,
burial, but
Since you don't really do burials, leaving the bodies out
Right.
to the elements is pretty much a valid thing to do for you.
All right, we can do that. I think we could, like, I don't know, leave her on this little island here, maybe.
Death is but a way of life for the following. As you
Yep.
turn to head back towards the camp, it takes.
I ain't looking to catch no bad juju though.
This might be a strange custom for Talon, but for the rest of you, you grew up this way, just leaving the bodies.
Yeah. Said he would have left that Faye on the ground and come back.
I noticed Talon's new nickname is One Strike, One Kill.
I love that so much.
Yeah, that character limits, I can't have a surname anymore.
Do we have a link for Extra Life on here?
It's in the About section. Or, as always, we can just type extra in the chat. You guys make your way back towards the following camp. Lanatuk, are you cleaning the water that you guys gather up?
Yes.
Alright, you kind of clean the ash out using your mystical, magical powers. A new thing that the Broken Tusks have embraced lately. A lot of people are afraid of magic, but the Broken Tusks have sort of decided, hey, this is good to bring into the tribe. Let's move past our superstitions. And it proves valuable as you clean all the ceremonial water. It doesn't take long before you arrive back at the following. It's late in the afternoon, early evening. People are starting to begin to kind of prepare for the evening meal. Is there anything you guys want to do real quick?
I suspect the sun hasn't set yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
I want to go find grandfather Eorish to let Mammoth Lord know about the body that we discovered.
Also, accompany since I have the charcoal drawing of the marks and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Baron would definitely suggest that they all go as a group.
You guys all approach the camp of Grandfather Iowa, and as you enter, you see him sitting upon a chair. He looks up, his old wrinkly face smiling towards you. He's like, yes. You bring tidings. Pacano said he was able to fetch all of the water earlier, but I noticed it was a little short on the amount we asked him to have.
We do have the remainder of the water, but we also do come bearing unfortunate news. While we were out, Pacano's temper did get the best of him again, and he left as soon as we suggested that we go upstream, as we had discovered that the water was flowing with some charcoal ash. We followed the water upstream only to eventually find a body that had passed on from this world. That looked like there were ritual burns across her face. She had been drowned. We found her decomposing.
The smile slowly fades from Grandfather Iowa's face as you tell this story. A great tragedy, this indeed. Yes, young Lanatuk.
At this point, Lanatuk will show him the drawing that he made of the body. We found several strange markings all over her, almost a ritualistic sort of branding. We were wondering if you could identify the cause at all.
He takes your charcoal drawing and looks at it. It will take some effort, indeed, to further research what this might be. Dark tidings indeed to find dead hunters from another following, though. Do you have any other hints or clues of what might this be?
The spear. And then there's look to Mama Bear.
Oh, yes. She holds it up and says, I think that the spear and its flag might be connected to the girl in some way, as well as the charcoal in the water. But I doubt that the cause of the charcoal was the girl's undoing as she was drowned, and the charcoal was flowing from days upstream.
Charcoal in the water. Troubling indeed. That something could create so much in such a grand river. And he holds out his hand for the banner that was attached to the spear.
She'll just sort of untie it, and hand it over.
One second. Go ahead and make me some secret perception checks here. Okay. Baron and Mama Bear. As you, Grandfather Ava, kind of takes this banner, and as he looks at it, you notice like a small change in it's almost an imperceptible downturning of his mouth, and his eyes sort of look at it. You can tell he's trying to like hide his reaction, and nobody else picks up on this. Like, troubling indeed. And he places it to the side, sort of just almost automatically, kind of setting aside as though to not address it anymore. As you catch, he's kind of rushed. He's like, something I will bring up with the other mammoth lords. Now, you have done enough today, I'm sure. It has been quite a shock, and I thank you for your service in the following today. Please go get some rest and recover from your trials.
Teddy's gonna be looking for either the vessel that Picano had, or Picano himself.
You see ceremonial vessel sitting in the corner of Grandfather Iowa's tent that looks just like your own, just standing off on its own.
Yeah. Can I just inspect Grandfather Iowa? Because I swear he seems a bit more coffee than yesterday. Is he like getting ill?
Make a medicine check.
Mom Bear's gonna like whisper to Lanatuk, "Hey, can you clean the vessel that Bacano brought back?"
Do I have access to it?
Teddy already has gone over and like placed her vessel and her 2 water skins and taken the dirty vessel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you'll have to
Just dump it out,
the
fill it back
water out of that vessel with your water skin water, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, that's what she's gonna do. But she's gonna leave the clean vessel in its place, like
Okay.
Picano had clean water the whole time. And
Talon, you can't
she's
get-
gonna step out real quick.
Okay, dump that.
dump
replace
it and like replace it, and then come back and
Okay, and
place
and
it.
drop it down. Grandfather I was not doesn't even notice you just kind of successfully do that. And tell you can't get a good read. He's an old man. He's over 100 years old. It's hard to tell like if he's sick or just getting on in age, and the GM is dialing in a voice better.
Can Mama Bear approach Iowa real quick and just like sort of whisper like, "Is there something wrong? You seem wary of this banner."
Worry yourself not, Mama Bear. All will be right, and should it be needed, you shall know what you must know. I must consult with the other mammoth lords. Another following is encroaching. Here we must plan appropriately.
What do they bring with them?
Do not worry yourself of such things. Focus on your training to become a scout. That is what your priorities should be. Now you can help the following most.
I'll try to separate my priorities from that of mine as a druid. She just like steps back.
Please, young ones. And even though, Mama Bear's older than him, he still, says young ones.
Her eye twitches a
This
little.
mansplaining to Mother.
Rest. There is still much to be done to prepare for the ceremony.
And she's gonna just ask, where did Picano get off to?
The boy is headstrong and spirited indeed. After dropping off the water, he said he was going to range out in the fields and hunt a bit to blow off some steam. Something about, I don't know, he muttered about unfair cheaters in a match. He would not expand upon it.
Oh, he's just being salty.
Yes, that.
Do you happen to know where he said he was off to go hunting?
I do not, young Theodora.
Overdosed on copium.
She's gonna try and find him. She's gonna, like, would she know where he frequents, like, when he hunts?
Let's go ahead and make a check for that. We will go with society for that.
Society, great.
Society.
We live in.
Actually, you know what? If you want,
Okay.
you can make a hunting lore check.
Oh, okay, good.
Since he's
yeah.
out hunting.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
little better.
You know where some
One better.
common sort of hunting grounds are, but not necessarily where Pacano heads to hunt.
Okay. So she would just head out that way, looking for Picano. Or any sign of Picano.
Alright, and what are the rest of you doing real quick?
As we've been dismissed, Lanatok will take all of the bets that had been given to him for the race earlier and start handing them out, the winnings, taking his gratuity in hand, of course.
So, for the most part, everybody was pretty sure Pacana was gonna win. So nobody really won anything except you as the house, in this case. So you get 2 flasks of fermented mammoth milk, a bone-handled dagger, and some kind of dried rabbit jerky.
Oh yeah.
Mammoth
Can Mama
milk,
Bear
not to be
just walk
confused with
over?
paper milk.
Can Mama just walk over and take the jerky and just eat it on her way to her rest site?
You just rip the
She can
jerky out of
try.
Lanatuck's hand.
She can try.
Oh,
Athletics against your fortitude DC?
Sure.
I think this would be athletics against reflex DC.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
I guess
significantly
you're
worse for me.
Just because he's trying to prevent it from being snatched. That yeah, you can snatch it.
Reflex.
Yeah, there's no contested checks. It just goes against the DC in Pathfinder. So your
Shit.
reflex DC is a 13. So
Wait,
that
she
would mean
wins
that
and takes
Mama
it.
Bear just snatches it out. There's
I'll just start downing fermented milk then.
My God.
She like bites some of it, and then throws the rest to Mona.
Wow.
Thanks, Lanatuck.
and Mona
Damn.
snatches up the rabbit jerky quite happily. As Theodora, make me a survival check. You search for several hours for Pacano, and let me. You see him when he's coming back late at night, and just depending. Let me just check in with Farron and Talon real quick. Is there anything you're doing in these intervening hours before we resolve the nighttime encounter here?
No, probably just weapon maintenance, I think.
Okay, and Farron.
I think Farron would probably go check in with the other healers to see if their assistance is needed, and if not, go to find a mech to annoy.
I'd like to...
And to make sure that she did find another animal friend to steal.
I'd like to read the stars before the night is over.
Yeah, you can make your check for
Okay.
reading the stars, and I'll mark. I'll write it down this time. Nate,
Nice.
that'll be a
Ooh.
+2 for next time.
Oh yeah, I'd probably also start spreading the tale of, Talon, one strike, one kill, big jar, amongst the following.
So
Because it's happened twice now. Once is a
It
coincidence.
has happened twice, yeah.
yeah, once is a coincidence, twice is skill.
If I had a nickel for every time this happened, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot. But it's strange that it happened more than once.
As you all settle in for the night, Farron, the healers don't need much. You find Emic. She has not adopted an animal, though you do notice she's trying to sort of woo this porcupine a little bit. And you can spend the night with your family and spending and preparing to settle. Teddy, you catch Pacano. He's coming back. He has a brace of 2 rabbits in his hand as he starts storming past you.
She would, she put her hand on his shoulder, chest area.
He just kind of pulls away. What do you
Pacano.
want, Teddy?
Pacano.
Was it not bad enough that you won the wrestling match through foul means?
Listen, I know you feel that I cheated, and I wanted to apologize.
And he kind of perks up a little bit, puffs his chest out just a bit. He's like, I'm glad you acknowledge that you won through unfair means.
So she's gonna pull out her Morning Star and turn it handle first to him, and she's gonna say, it's not right that I take a weapon from you, even if won fairly. I would offer this to you anyway. She
looks
hands
at
him
you
the Morning Star.
suspiciously, and he kind of reaches out and takes it, and
She says, I would not want anyone in our tribe to be without a weapon.
he kind of pauses for a second. Make me a diplomacy check.
Oh god, I'm so great at those. It's gonna end poorly. That's, man.
He puffs just a bit, but less than you're used to, as he kind of hooks the Morning Star to his belt with the strap on the end. Not as good as a spear, he kind of mutters under his breath. begrudgingly, but he accepts it and kind of nods just a little bit towards you, and then turns and starts walking away with the rabbits.
She just calls after him. She says, "Again, I'm sorry for earlier." And with that, she'd head home.
And as everybody begins to settle in for the night, this feels like a very good place to take our midstream break. So we shall return in about 15 minutes with the second half of episode 2 of Quest for the Frozen Flame. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second half of our wonderful Quest for the Frozen Flame campaign. As you all awaken in the morning, gathering to prepare for your journey to Rockland, Lanatuk, he doesn't report in the morning. As you go to check on him quickly, he's tossing and turning, pounding headache, massive. He feels very sick. The fermented mammoth milk appears to have gotten to him from quickly chugging them down quickly as possible. And you realize that your journey to Rockloom today is probably going to be down one additional scout. As you prepare for your trip out, Weepa approaches you. Hello, hello. Before you set out on your journey today, I thought perhaps you might like a lesson in how to craft some new snares. I know many of you are not proficient in crafting traps for out in the wild, but the offer stands. Seeing those poison barbed traps that were used on their tapirs made me realize that I perhaps could teach you that if you desire, though I'm not sure if you would benefit from it, as well as some of our other members of the following.
I would appreciate the lesson.
I think it would be very beneficial as well to at least have the skill.
I agree.
I'm just gonna make sure Lanatuk's alright. I've got like fantastic killing thumbs, but they're not very dexterous.
Alright, so for those who want to learn, so that was Farron, Mama Bear, and Theodora.
Yeah.
So Weepa takes you over towards a small area of the camp. Talon, you sit with Lanatuk, check on him, make sure he's okay. He's sick as a dog, just maybe not used to holding his liquor, not familiar with how much Lanatuk drinks in his time in the following, but definitely worse for wear. He's probably out of commission for the day. But Weepa brings you all towards several workbenches, several components laid out. She's like, now, I know most of you are not skilled and proficient with how to make snares, but with my assistance, I could guide you and help you under my eye to craft a few different ones here. I was thinking of the ability to make a snare focused heavily on deploying caltrops, a snare full of poison barbs, which you are quite familiar with, of course, and then a snare meant for battering foes. And just to go in depth a bit for what each of these does, so you understand their purpose. And she kind of walks over, and you see 3 completed snares before you. Like this one, as she points towards it, the battering snare, is a flat rock, a metal plate held in place with a spring or kind of here like a kind of a flexible branch holding it in place. And she takes a stick, and as she triggers it, the flat rock swings and smacks violently against the stick that she triggered. Like, as you can tell, this one is quite useful for battering somebody over the head with a harsh rock. And she gestures over towards one of the other snares. Of course, you're familiar with this, and you see a snare set with several barbed animal spines sort of tied down, and a small greenish poison coats each one of these. These are excellent for snaring enemies' feet and slowly damaging them over time. Cruel, perhaps, to use on animals sometimes, but useful when engaging with less savory folks from time to time. And she walks over to the last of the three. Like, this device here, and she sees it's kind of tied off with a you see a small sort of cubby and a tripwire. As she flicks the tripwire, it flings forward and caltrops spread everywhere, filling the region. Like, a simple and quick way to spread caltrops to try to slow down foes or animals as they enter the square. I shall do my best to try to teach you how to make each of these for your future lessons. And she gestures to each of you to approach one of the workbenches.
Mama Bear will wait for the others to choose theirs.
And just goes up to one of the workbenches.
She's gonna pick the battering snare.
Well, there's enough for you to all learn all three of them.
Oh, okay.
To make an attempt to make all three of them.
Okay. What do we use to do that?
So each of you can pick a type that you want to focus on, and then make a crafting check.
Okay, I'm gonna try the battering one first.
I wanted to try that one too, honestly.
Oh, God.
And it's the crafting check, you said?
Yeah,
Oh,
a crafting
gross.
check. Theodora, you struggle, and it's just hopeless. You're trying to latch things together. It's falling apart. Every effort you make on this one, eventually, Weepo kind of takes the parts away and sets them aside. And perhaps we should focus on a different one, Teddy. You don't appear to have a knack for this one. She goes over to help Mama Bear. You get close, but you're unable to quite get the latch right as she tries to guide you and help you in this process. And you also fail to successfully make it. Mipa is like, it's okay, Mama Bear. I knew this would be difficult for many of you since you're not experienced with crafting snares. She approaches Farron. Which one are you going to try to craft, Farron?
I only had a chance to write down one of them, so I fully can't remember the other.
Caltrops, battering, or poisoned barbs?
I'll try the poison barb one to start, just because that's one that Farron has already seen something similar to.
Disassembled too.
Yeah,
right?
and has disassembled. So I think they would naturally try to go for that one first.
Alright, go ahead and make a crafting check. And
It's pretty good.
you sort of quickly, under Weepa's guidance, she guides you. You kind of take this reverse engineered knowledge and assemble the snare quickly. Which is in the loot sheet if you want to drag and drop it to your inventory.
Yeah.
You have a keen eye and hand, Farron. I'm most impressed that you were able to put this together.
Thank you. After seeing one up close and disassembling it, I guess that made it a bit easier.
Indeed. Well, no time to waste. I know you're busy. Let's focus on seeing if we can put together some other traps. And she walks back to Teddy. Would you like to give this another try?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which one do you want to try?
She's gonna try the caltrops.
Alright, make a crafting check.
I was gonna try that too.
Listen.
Great
You
minds think alike. It's fine.
struggle and work, but you seem to have picked up more on this one. You actually managed to craft one as Weepa helps you kind of figure out the last few pieces and teaches you how to put it together, and it's in the loot sheet for you. And then Mama Bear, you can go ahead and make your crafting check.
Yeah, what are the other options again? So there's the caltrops, the
Caltrop,
poison barbs,
Poison Barb, and Battering. But you've already
and
tried the
battering.
Battering, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Caltrop
try
or poison.
caltrops next. Oh my god.
Weepa kind of pats you on the back. It's okay. You have always been greater at caring for animals than trapping them, Mama Bear. Then she moves expectantly on towards...
I don't intend to use these on animals.
She kind of pretends not to hear you as she moves towards Farron. She smiles a little bit. She's like, are you ready to try again? Which one
Yes,
catches your eye, young Farron?
I'd like to try the battering snare. See if I'm able to get some sort of success with that one.
Excellent choice. Excellent choice. Give it a shot. This one does not go...
I want to hero point it.
Okay, you hero point it. Alright.
Yeah.
You struggle a bit, and at the last moment, like a burst of inspiration comes in. And as Weepa goes to help you set the last piece, you quickly move and execute it and place it all in place. She looks at you somewhat surprised. She's like, oh, I wasn't sure you were going to get that one. But you did it once again. Excellent work. Excellent work. And
Thank you.
that's in loot sheet for you. She's like, oh, we have enough time to try the last type here for all of you. As she walks over towards Teddy, she places kind of a hand on, your lower back since you're a giant. Poison barbs, Teddy. A devious trap, but one I think you might succeed at. Give it a shot, if you will.
So Teddy's gonna try and make it, though she's not keen on this one.
Oh.
And you expertly put it together. Weepa kind of guiding your hands here and there, helping you put the finishing touches. But you seem the most skilled at applying the poison to these barbs, even though you sort of have a face of one who does not enjoy it.
She would, when she completes it, she'd grin to Weepa and say, "Thank you for teaching me."
Of course. Of course. I hope it can help you in your journeys, and it's out in loot sheet for you.
Sweet.
And she moves on to Mama Bear. She's like, last try, Mama.
Quick question. What happens if I get a crit success?
A critical success will be no different than a regular success.
Okay. Mom Bear just starts trying.
And you successfully put it together, just eking out the crafting as Weepa helps you assemble the last of the poison barbs. You almost prick yourself with one of the coded entities, but she kind of pulls her hand quickly away, and then she smiles at you. Practice makes perfect. You did excellent on this one. And she moves. Okay, go ahead.
Mom Bear just kind of grins mischievously and is just like, yes, this will be perfect indeed.
As she moves towards Farron, her grin just shooting wide. She's like, you show an exceptional aptitude for this, child. I'm interested to see how you can handle the last of these snares, the caltrops.
I just hope that I'm able to not disappoint. Don't want to let you down with
No
this expectation.
disappointment, young one. You've far exceeded what I thought you were capable of doing. Please, let's give this a chance. And you attempt, but your luck appears to perhaps run out as
Aaron you just let out a deep sigh.
caltrops just blow everywhere, all over the table. You're trying to get them in the canister. She's like, it's okay. This is not one for you. Perhaps another date.
I just wanted to be able to get all 3 of them.
I think you still have one more hero point. It'd be your last one, though. Unless chat wants to give you a reroll. I don't know if anybody out in Chatland out there has the ability to cash in some points for y'all.
I have like
Too bad we can't.
10,000.
Yeah, you can't cash
Yeah,
in for
I can't.
yourself. So, but as she kind of
I'm gonna save it.
packs up the last of the materials. It's excellent work trying to learn it. I know none of you are skilled with setting snares and traps out in the wild, but I hope this lesson can be beneficial for you. Please, don't let me keep you anymore. It's a bit tiring. I think I shall go rest. And she kind of waddles off towards her tent. You guys head back towards Talon.
It's looking bad. It seems like a classic case of excess mammoth milk here. I think we'll just have to leave Lantern for the day.
I'm sure he could do
Yes.
with the rest.
I understand the reaction of milk products. I will keep him in my prayers as we move on. Such a fate I cannot imagine.
Oh my god.
You should have stuck to the tapir milk.
And Teddy makes sure that she muddies up her flour.
So you can be clean all day.
Yep.
Alright. As you gather, there's a camp preparing to head towards Rock Grandfather Iowa stands at the edge to see you off. Tomorrow marks the night of the green moon. I believe you're headed to Rockloom now, yes?
We are.
Yes.
Remember, of course, that this site is sacred not only for us, the Broken Tusks, but for all the creatures of the land. You, of course, must protect yourself if they choose to strike out at you. But try not to end the lives of any creatures who have made their home there. But if unprovoked. On the night of the green moon, the Imperial Lord Raldash shall ensure the animals stay away. Please, just ensure the sacred site is prepared and ready for the ceremony. I hope you encounter no troubles today, as you did previously. Sister Cinder, watch over you.
And you.
And you, grandfather. She
Thank you.
nods to him.
Mom nods back.
Thank you, grandfather.
Alright, and you guys start making your way towards Rockloom. It's several miles journey away as you begin your travel.
Is Picano coming with us?
No, it's just you.
Okay.
Nobody else at this point in time.
Yep.
And no Lana Tuck. Very important.
Oh, and it's okay.
He is full of milk.
Full of milk.
He's just feeling a little bit milky.
Full of bad milk.
He's just milking his nap right now, you know?
After several hours of travel, Rockloom looms in the distance. Haha.
Aha.
Massive ancient stones rise like teeth from the soft earth of this ancient site, forming a rough half circle atop a grassy mound. Each stone is shaped like a different animal sacred to the Broken Tusks. Cave bears, big cats, woolly mammoths, giant ravens, and so on. The monoliths are chipped and worn, having stood vigil at this edge of the Gornak Plain for countless generations. Yet all stand magnificent and timeless, with one exception. The last stone to the west, the Raven Stone, is broken off at midpoint, its upper half missing.
So we all see that?
Yes.
Okay. Mom Bear would just kind of rush over.
Teddy's gonna be following
Yeah. Which one's Ravenstone? The one at the end?
all the way west.
Yep.
So all the way left.
Far one all the way over here.
I'd love to try to get a closer look at it.
Do we see the other half of it anywhere?
No. You don't see the other half of this stone anywhere. It's like
Can we
it's
tell-
completely vanished.
Can I?
Can we tell what took it? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you know. I was just asking the same thing.
Go ahead and make me a survival check.
Survival. Does crafting work? Actually, survival's bigger for me. Haha.
Both Teddy and Mama Bear, you see several tracks, kind of large footprints. They appear to be barefoot, human, roughly in shape, perhaps the size of an adult man's. The depth of the footprints and sort of the gait that you notice as you look at it, it kind of staggers back and forth. That gives you the impression that either this was an incredibly heavy set person, or perhaps they were
carried the stone
carrying
away.
something incredibly heavy.
Yeah.
Can we follow them?
Yeah. You follow the trail, and as it moves along the path, it begins to head towards this large stone to the right, or to the west here, rather. That's not even right, that's left. I apologize. This boulder, embedded about 40 feet from the broken stone, which is not at all to scale. Thank you, Paizo. The tracks disappear completely.
Completely at that stone?
Yep. As soon as it gets to this boulder, all the tracks vanish.
This boulder right here. Or this one?
This one.
Okay.
Oh, the one that was right next to it. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, Mama Bear is going to put away her shield and take out her Elven Branch Spear, which she is like holding like a staff currently.
Okay.
So like just one-handing it.
So Teddy's gonna lift the boulder.
Make an athletics check. It is extraordinarily heavy. You can push with all your might. You cannot pick this boulder up.
Talon, give her a hand, would you? And Mona's gonna. Sorry, go ahead.
You all
I was
get
gonna
the
say-
impression that you are severely overestimating how heavy solid rock is.
Who knows? Maybe if we look around, we can find whoever moved them and possibly convince them. Like, someone clearly lifted this rock at some point, so maybe they're still around and they can lift it back if we can't manage it.
Did they?
Maybe- Maybe this rock wasn't moved at all.
No, I don't think this rock. Well,
This rock looks like it's been sitting here for decades to centuries. It's not recently disturbed or anything. It's like part.
so they.
Shall we just look around? Because someone has moved around it. I mean, if this isn't the rock, it must be somewhere else.
But this is where the tracks end. Do I see like?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do I see like any kind of footprints or like did they leap somewhere this way or anywhere near that rock?
Go ahead and make me a survival check. You're heading over
I as well?
this way.
Towards yeah.
If I follow Teddy, can I do the same?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Ugh.
Really? Another nat 1?
I'm gonna reroll. I'm gonna use my hero point for that one.
Okay, now make it a.
So make it a success.
Yeah.
So, as you begin to approach, let me get around here, and since you're following, I'll move you guys a bit as well. Just in the distance, next to this rock, you see what appears to be footsteps, similar, sort of heading up this way.
Okay.
And
Can I have...
kind of coming from where this boulder is.
Can I have Mona go up to about here and use her scent?
So as Mona begins to approach, we'll pause me.
Oh no.
Oh.
The sound of cawing ravens begins to fill the air, cackling as the branches begin to move and sway. They begin revealing themselves more and more as a swarm of ravens pops forth and begins to strike out at the party angrily, and will enter initiative.
Oh, Mona.
I forgot to move my token.
Where are we gonna move it to?
I was gonna stay with the group, I just didn't get there in time before the game got paused.
I will put you behind Mama Bear.
I was planning on trying to place myself right there either way.
Man,
All right.
dang ravens.
Yikes.
Uh-oh.
Yikes.
The-
What?
the-
Oh my god.
Can I
Farron
re-roll
took
my
too much time
initiative?
catching up.
Can I use my hero point to re-roll initiative? Because I don't know how a hero point would work.
Yeah, you can use it for a
Otherwise-
reroll for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Should I just do it manually? And
Yeah, just reroll initiative, and it should be perception, not stealth, by the way.
okay. Yeah. I've been rolling it as perception.
Yeah, it rolled as stealth last time.
Oh, it did. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Sorry, just quick. What is going on, Foundry?
It might default to stealth for you as a rogue.
No, but they are the same modifier. I will say that. Looks
Okay.
like
Okay,
it's saved from
that's
last
fine.
time. Here we are. Here's that new roll.
Okay, and then
Not bad.
what I'll do is I'll just manually modify your initiative real quick. Oh no, it did it
yeah.
automatically. There we go. Mama Bear, it is your turn.
Mama Bear is going to. Yeah. You know what? Gonna cast a snowball at these birds. So, bam. Attack. So using her
23
free
hits.
hand while one-handing the spear. 23 hits. They're gonna take 4 cold damage, and they have a 5-foot status penalty to their speed for 1 round.
Okay.
And then with a free action, she's going to change grip to 2-handed on her Elven Branch Spear, and command Mona to attack.
Is that a free action for you? Isn't that a action?
Yeah, it is a free action. Yeah. It says on my character sheet in actions that change grip is a free action.
Okay. Oh yeah, I thought it was taking your hand off was free, and then it's fine for now. We'll just run with it. I thought taking your hand off was free, but putting your hand on cost an action.
You want me to double check? I'll just... Oh, it is. It is. Never mind. She's not going to... Yeah, she'll still have it one-handed, but she's going to use her last action to command Mona to attack the Raven Swarm with a Jaw Strike. Okay.
That will hit.
That's a hit. And Mona does 10
Alright,
damage.
that's piercing damage.
Yeah. And with Mona's last action,
It appears
going to move.
difficult for Mona to successfully snap at this Raven Swarm. The piercing damage seems less effective than normal since there's just so many ravens trying to grasp and get after it. AKA it has resistance to piercing.
Okay. So Mona's going to move 5, 10, 15 feet and another 20, 30. Yeah, going to move to about there with not all of her 35 feet, but because I think that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh yeah, going to move right beside Mama Bear, basically.
Alright,
And that's Mama Bear's turn.
Right?
Yep.
The swarm flies over
Oh my
Mama
god.
Bear, Mona, and Teddy.
I think
And-
Teddy gets an opportunity, right?
Yes, because it
Yeah.
moves through the threatened squares, so you can take an attack of opportunity if you want for that.
Yeah, Teddy's just gonna try and punch the swarm because I don't have any weapons out.
Okay. I got unarmed strike. Punch the swarm.
Punch the swarm!
Wow.
Oh my god! That's a crit!
Get
Punch the
wrecked,
swarm.
swarm!
It's a successful punch.
Punch those birds.
Slamming
Fuck
and
out!
punching. You just start beating birds. just completely out of the sky.
Don't mess with Mama Bear. That's you crossed the line, bird.
Is not quite as effective, but it is much more effective than what it appeared for
piercing damage.
Mona's bite. But it
Gotcha.
still has bits of resistance in this case. So, and then
It's still the bird's turn.
yeah. So Mama
Okay.
Bear, Mona, and Teddy make a reflex saving throw.
I can't believe this.
Oh,
I'm gonna
well,
roll.
come
I'm gonna
on.
use a hero point to make it a failure.
Okay. So Teddy and Mama Bear, you will each take 5 piercing damage. Mona takes 0 as they critically succeed. And Mama Bear, you feel just at a moment in time like these birds were going for your eyes, and you feel like you almost were blinded by their strike, but you were able to shake it off kind of just miraculously through good fortune and favor. Desno watches out for you as you all make another reflex saving throw as they swarm to peck at you again.
I failed with a 19.
And Mama Bear and Mona will take 1, and Teddy will take 0, I guess. Half of 1 rounded down is 0. There's no minimum damage rule, I don't think, in Pathfinder 2e. Either way, we'll let it go. I'll look that up later. Teddy, it's your turn.
Okay, Teddy's gonna step out of the swarm.
And they... No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, that's fair. We already did this. And then she's gonna do a power attack
With your fist?
with her claws.
Okay.
Okay. Do I need to do anything to make it a power attack?
So the power attack is roll 1 strike, and then you get an extra die of weapon damage. So I believe there's a
weapon. So it has to have a
there's a-
weapon?
I think your claws count
think-
as a. Okay, I double check if your claws count as. Double check. Powerful attack, coverage throw. This counts as 2 attacks. If this strike hits, you do an extra die of weapon damage. I don't know off the top of my head, but I'll allow you to use power attack with your claws.
Okay.
Hey, is that swarm being flanked right now?
Yes. And it should auto-calculate that. And then you'll see there's a...
Nope, that sucked.
Yeah, that's gonna miss.
Yeah.
You didn't
So-
target as well.
Oh,
Yeah, but that misses.
yeah.
There is
Not
a...
bad.
you'll see on your sheet, there's a power attack toggle. And
Is
you
there?
just toggle that before you roll damage.
It's in
when
your
you're doing it.
actions, yeah.
Under your actions at the very top of your sheet. Also, if you use the token
Oh, okay.
action bar under strikes, there's a little power attack button that you can turn it on and off.
Oh,
But
okay, cool.
Farron,
Are they technically... Is the swarm technically being flanked as well from angle, or would I have to move up like 5 feet?
from your angle, it is not, because it would have to be opposite, which would be this way. So it's not flat-footed to you. The
But
only
if
way...
I go
No,
here?
because it has to be directly opposite.
Oof.
So you'd have to be in Talon's spot.
You know what? It's fine. I'm going to attempt to tumble through to try to get it flat-footed
Roll
either way.
acrobatics. You
18?
attempt to tumble through, and the swarm just is this massive kind of waving, horrible effort, and you fail to manage to get through its waving, striking like kind of beaks. They peck at you and knock you back, and you're unable to tumble through.
Oh, rude. I don't like that. I'm gonna throw a dagger at it. It's not flat-footed.
Then
Yeah,
you're
'cause
moving back further again, so for a second action.
do I have to be at?
Because you were here when you were.
You were here, so you'd stay there from your failed tumble through. So if you move back
Yeah,
there, that's action 2.
I didn't move back there. I
I,
was just
I
placed
don't know
there.
what sent you back there either.
yeah, I had moved you to there. It's weird that I did that. Okay, there you go. All right, so you still have 2 actions then.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a dagger,
That will hit.
and it's not gonna do much.
Still will do something.
So do something.
As it
And
kind of takes one bird of the swarm out.
and I am going to multi-attack or multi-action attack penalty for a second dagger.
All
My
right,
last dagger.
that will miss.
Okay.
Talon.
I will rage, and then just shout at the bird, saying, "What's wrong? Am I not good enough for you to stab?" And I just shout in the face and like just try and hit them with my weapon.
You're dragon raging.
Yeah.
Okay, a 12 will miss.
Hero point. I'm going to use a hero point.
All right, and that will hit. Go ahead, roll damage.
12. So 7 of it slashing and
4
4
fire,
just
and then. All right. Yep, I see. So 4 fire, 8 physical. So that'll be. Oh, I hit the wrong target. I apologize. I had you selected by accident. Talon, how do you one-hit kill?
Oh my god.
I'm going to just take a big sweeping slash and just burn the ravens with my raging fire.
As you swing your weapon, a mighty blow, the flames of your draconic heritage coat the blade. It shoots forth, enveloping the majority of the ravens, burning them to ash as their bodies fall to the ground around all of you. The few remaining birds just fly off, disappearing into the distance as we end the combat encounter. And
Did you just kill multiple birds with one strike?
So you did kill 2 birds with one.
blade.
Not a stone. Blade.
Is it made of stone? She looks at the blade.
Nope. It is, solid metal. Like, because I'm from outside, I'm like in sort of tattered Crusaders armor from back in the day, and it looks like, my weapon's still maintained. Like, the armor's sort of beyond help. It's basically from full plate to half now, but yeah, I sort of just burn a bunch of birds, and I'm just thinking, is this how the river got so ashy before? Were people burning everything?
So
Maybe there's more
Teddy's
of you.
gonna come back this way. And
Does Mona like fried chicken? Crispy burnt chicken.
Crispy
Teddy,
wings.
uh,
I'm grabbing my daggers real quick.
you scoop up your daggers, prepare to move forward. Teddy, you're approaching there's this small little hilltop that crests up above, surrounded by these small trees.
okay, she's gonna, I guess, climb up the hill carefully. She's gonna be looking for any kind of tripwires or anything.
Make me a we'll do this secretly, actually.
Secret? Okay.
Here we go. I sent the check to you. You don't see anything as you slowly climb the hill. Everything appears, up and up. As you begin to approach the center area, you see a broken statue shaped like the upper half of a giant raven lying in a furrow at the bare crest of this hillock. Near the stone, a hairy humanoid figure curled up in the fetal position is crying and sobbing uncontrollably.
Do you need any
Do
help
I
there?
know what
Is
it
there
is?
some signs?
You can make a nature check.
What was Talon saying, by the way?
Okay.
I was just asking if Teddy was okay because she went off and I heard crying.
Oh.
So, you recognize the man here is a creature known as a Korid. Korids are oh man, I had the description right here. Give me 1 second. I pulled it up before stream and then closed that browser tab.
Hey, when I do that.
Can I get spelling?
They're fey creatures. Small, long, shaggy, sort of animate hair with a natural affinity for stones and boulders. They love living in rocky, wooded areas. Very private, usually. And incredibly proud of their hair. They actually roam around, usually mostly naked, just letting their hair cover their body.
So she'd call out to it. Are you okay?
And he kind of looks up and he's like, oh, you're not her. You're not her.
Who are you talking about?
Oh, she was the most beautiful raven woman I've ever met in my life. I love her so much, and I thought that I thought maybe she'd be here and she would like the stone, and she didn't, and I broke it for no reason, and she's not coming. And now I broke the stone, and she's not here, and I wanted to see her so bad. Why?
Don't fret. Maybe me and my friends could help you. We'll help you maybe fix the stone, and then we could look for your raven woman if you want.
Make a diplomacy check.
God, I hate Teddy.
This is so against how you normally play.
I'm cringing so hard right now. Diplomacy.
I can't believe that Shadow's playing a nice person.
It's hurting me in my soul, Lily.
Deep inside, you're like, it pains me so much.
Oh,
I keep getting 19s and it's so cool.
it's killing me.
You would... You mean that? You want to help?
Absolutely. I always want to help. God damn it.
You could help me find my beautiful raven woman?
I could try.
She's so beautiful. The rest of you can approach during this if you want.
Yeah. I would approach also because I've never heard Teddy cry before, so I literally don't know if this was Teddy.
No, Teddy has not cried.
Yeah.
I would absolutely try and help you. I mean, I can't promise that we would find her, but I would help you, yeah.
Could you help me fix the rock?
Yeah, we were here to help clean up. That's exactly what we're here for.
I thought she would like it. I didn't know. I just thought maybe I could bring it to her, and because it's a raven and she's a raven, and she would come and like it, but she didn't, and now it's broken, and
So this
Is
guy
she
has the
from here?
stone.
No,
Sorry,
it's
go ahead.
just on the ground in a like ditch.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like here next to him, like broken
Yeah.
off.
Is your lady friend from around here? Because there's a big festival thing tomorrow. Like, maybe she'll come then.
No, she doesn't. She's very, reclusive, and she likes to travel. And I thought I could tempt her here. And if you guys want, you can anybody who wants can make a nature check at this point to try to figure out maybe what he's talking about.
Okay. Yep.
I would, except for I don't think Farron would understand a single thing that he's saying.
As he's wailing in his.
Usually when people cry, their mouths don't form the same shapes as they would
So-
when they're trying
Yeah.
to talk.
Teddy looks at Farron and says, like, mouths the word, like, as perfectly as she can, Raven woman.
You can also say the words, but I understand.
No,
Thank
she's just trying to be helpful. As per, God damn it.
That's Teddy's personality.
Oh, that's gross. I
Casey-
can't.
You did this to yourself.
They see
I did.
Farron struggling a little bit. Neither of you really pick up or know what he's talking about. This Raven woman doesn't trigger anything from your understanding.
Nothing.
Can I attempt with a little bit of the context now, potentially?
Yeah. No.
Nope.
No one knows. Well, we'll fix the statue first, if we can, and then we can help you look for her.
What?
Do you know where she usually goes?
No. No, I thought you.
When
she'd
did you
come
see
here
her
to-
last?
Oh, it was so glorious. About a week ago, I saw her flying free over the skies. Glorious woman, her raven wings beating against the sun. I knew she was the love of my life. She was meant to be mine. We would have a glorious romance. The most beautiful creature I've ever seen in all my life. She
Which
didn't even
direction
tell
did
me
she-
her name before
Which
she
direction
flew
did she
off.
go in?
East.
East.
She flew. But I know
Wow.
sometimes maybe they come here. This place is special. The stone of the raven was so beautiful. Not as beautiful as her, of course, but perhaps she would have liked it.
Well, if your hair couldn't win her over, then I don't think the stone would have.
My hair is quite luxurious, I know.
It is beautiful.
Beautiful indeed. Do you
Mom
think?
Bear tries to hold back a chuckling smile.
Do you think
Teddy is
she
absolutely
prefers
serious.
feathers and not hair? Does she not like my body?
Well,
No, I mean locks as luxurious as yours. What's not to love?
What? Why are you here? What brings you here to this place?
We were coming to help clean up the site for our festival and
there's
make
a
sure everything
festival
was ready.
tomorrow. I mean, your friend might appear here tomorrow. Like, if there's a festival, like people come around for festivals and sacred days. Maybe you should
A festival?
hang around with us for a bit
Your
and see.
people? What are your people? What do you do?
we are the following of the Broken Tusk, a group of mixed ancestries, mostly Kelid and many elves as well. We roam the lands together, living off of it and living in harmony with natural life.
Teddy just is nodding and grinning.
Are you one of those folks that travel with mammoths?
We are.
Yes.
Oh, mammoths! They're so beautiful creature. Oh, their luxurious hair. Oh, their beautiful woolly bodies. Oh, so beautiful. I would love to get a chance to pet a mammoth one day.
Yeah, and Mama Bear could introduce you some.
Ah,
Can I
yes.
get a sense motive check?
Yeah, roll perception.
This is a lot.
This guy is a lot.
Teddy just is like,
I mean,
He
he's
seems
effectively Imek in like he just wants to pet hairy things.
he seems
Yeah.
Yep.
super sincere about his
it's a fuzzy
adoration
emek.
of hairy creatures.
I see.
How do you
But
feel
ravens
about
have
mammoth
feathers.
milk, my friend? We have plenty of that.
It's just a fuzzy emek.
I've never tried mammoth milk before. What? Are you saying it's okay if I join you?
Yeah,
Could I
Uh,
travel with you and search for my raven beauty?
absolutely.
I could join you.
Teddy.
I mean, we accept others into our following, right?
I need
Yeah,
one
And
moment.
she looks over at she looks over at Talon.
yeah. Like at the very moment of we're not taking an outsider, I'm starting to look quite annoyed. Like, wait, come on, what's your issue with him? Like, he's less suspicious than I am.
Slightly less hairy.
Monber's just like, hold on, are we even traveling in the same direction that his Raven woman is flying?
He said just to travel with us and search for her. I don't see why he couldn't search while we're traveling, right?
I suppose not. And if he's willing to help us with the stone, then there's definitely no problem for me. I mean, we want to grow our following. Um, I just don't want him to go on a wild goose chase if his only goal is to find this woman, and we're not going in the same direction.
That's true. That's true.
But I would have.
The
liked to have
ravens
brought
fly as they choose. They're more. I'm just as likely to. If it's no bother, if you're okay with having me, I'm just
know
as
what?
likely to find her.
No
I'm
bother
sure
to
there would
me.
be no issue.
Do you know why we would? No, it's fine. This seems like a great deal to me, honestly. I mean, you seem like a nice guy. What's your name?
He kind of stands up, more cheerful than before, and holds out his hand. Shaggy Shembin, at your service. Oh, get to pet a mammoth and find the love of my life. This is such a great day.
And she
Coming here worked
steps
out.
right up and
Oh,
walks right up to him, she grasps his hand and gives him a firm shake, a big smile. Oh god.
Seems quite happy as you shake his hand.
She's gonna die a horrible death one of these days.
Bear just whispers.
Yep.
Lanatuck is gonna love this guy.
Yep. Just mutters that under her breath, happily.
Come on, friend. Let's get this statue back together and be about it.
Yes. We can fix what I broke, and no one needs to know, right?
Yeah.
No one needs to know. Look. You won't get in trouble if anybody knows, I don't think.
It's fine. I accept my faults. I did a wrong for the right reasons. A wrong in the name of most glorious love.
Right.
Exactly. In the name of love.
I accept that I was wrong, and we can repair this wrong, and we can be a new family journey.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'll provide Mona's aid in bringing the part of the rock over.
Yeah, Teddy's
stone is massively heavy. Easily tapping out around 1,000 pounds.
Oh God.
How did you carry this on your own, Shambin?
It was exhausting, if I must tell you the truth. Thank God I could step through the boulders.
Step through?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh yes. Pardon me. It's probably not an ability you have. I can. He kind of goes over to a. He's like, I can show you. I can show you. And he kind of jots down to the hill towards this larger rock. And as he steps on it, he instantly like disappears and reappears at this other boulder.
And that's how you transported this?
It was incredibly heavy to carry. I had to drag it for some parts of it, but I was able to step through the stone with it. Thankfully, and he steps back.
So that's why your footprints were missing between the two boulders.
Hmm.
Mm.
So Teddy's Teddy's still gonna try and see if she can at least lift it a little bit. Maybe she can drag it towards a boulder and he could port it back.
If all of you work together, you feel like you could team lift this thing.
Yeah, I
If-
would definitely chip in.
If you all could help, we could maybe get this to a boulder, and then Shemven could take it back through the boulders.
Alan, perhaps you can lead the effort.
Sure. I mean, I think Teddy's just as strong as I am, but
Okay, so
You're both very strong folks, but
Oh
one of you
my-
has to lead us.
You don't even need to
Jeez.
make checks if you're all trying to lift it together.
yeah,
As
we're
a
all
team
gonna lift it
effort.
together.
okay, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
All lifting together.
That
Together.
one never happened.
Together.
You slowly kind of sort of carry the rock a bit. Shaggy comes up. I'm exhausted from the earlier effort, but I'll do my best to help. It's quite tiring carrying this massive rock. I must say. And he kind of helps you lift it, and you guys can carry it towards the stone. It takes quite a bit of effort logging it over.
Are we downhill? Could we not like roll it a little bit?
You
I know,
could,
I
but
wouldn't
you-
roll it because we might break it.
Yeah, it might damage it further.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. So
Okay, it's
carry it over and try and put it back the way that it was.
So, lifting it into place, you see how it's kind of like broken off. It's
Mhm.
going to be pretty challenging to get it up there, and especially to hold it in place so it doesn't fall back off the ground, possibly cracking and breaking. Let me know how you guys want to try to tackle this to get it there.
I mean, did the three of you like pick up a bunch of crafting this morning? Maybe we can make like some pulley and whatnot. Like, back in the day we used to like make pulleys to lift up heavy stuff when just beer and muscle can do it.
What would we
have
even use, though?
snares. We don't.
Yeah,
Though
we
we
don't.
did craft, it was mostly traps. It was all traps,
there's-
so I don't know if anything would be particularly helpful.
I mean, are those trees or bushes? They are.
There's trees and bushes around here.
Yeah, I mean, we could get some wood and just make a pulley or something. Unless you want to just hope we can lift it.
We could make a bit of a lever fashioned out of wood.
We could do that, yeah.
Sure.
Yes, and then we can use some of the wood to brace the stone on top of the other.
Yeah, Shumben,
Yes?
do you have any abilities to mend stone?
Oh, of course. If you can get it and hold it in place, I can cast a spell to reshape the stone around it and seal it there. You just need to hold it long enough for me to cast it. A brilliant idea. You are quite the smart one, tall. What? Oh my. I didn't learn any of your names.
Oh.
We did mention Talon's name earlier, but I am Mama Bear.
Mama Bear. That's an interesting name for an elf. I would have thought that this one, he points to Mona, would be Mama Bear.
No, this is Mona. Why
The
would she be
bear
named
is
Mama Bear?
Mona, the elf is Bear. Yes. Yes.
Why would she be a Mama Bear? She's a baby.
Because she's a bear.
I don't see the point.
Big
It'd be strange to name
bear.
a bear Bear.
It's a All right.
I know we're getting near the end of the session, but you can have a hero point for that, Mama Bear. It might come in handy on this rock placing. He's like, he moves from Mama Bear and comes up to Farron. And you? What's your name? And he holds out, not quite his hand, but like his hair sort of animates off his body, coils around, and kind of extends as though an arm.
To me?
Yeah,
Mhm.
you, Farron.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think you said I was going to. They just look. My name is Farron. Just very carefully off her hand, just a little bit captivated by the hair.
The animated hair kind of wraps
Yeah,
around your hand and shakes it vigorously. Such a pleasure to meet you, Farron. Farron, yes, my good friend. And you must be the one they called Talon earlier. And he reaches out to shake your hand with his hair.
Of course, yeah. I will shake the hair vigorously. Would I have like ever met anything with like living hair before, like in my times traveling, or
Let's see if you got a good. Maybe we'll just make a nature check and see. I don't think you would have anything more appropriate than that. So
Shadow knows.
no,
but
you've never seen anything like this before.
Mm.
They're
Shadow
rather
knows.
elusive. You don't see them very often. The shadow knows.
Shadow knows.
Us older people get that reference. I don't know if the younger people get it. The shadow knows.
Probably not, but it's okay.
It was good. And he turns to Theodora, and he looks up. You are easily over 4 feet tall. You're double Shaggy's size. As he gazes up at you, his hair kind of animates up and reaches as high as he can. It gets up, about like chest height, maybe a little further, almost getting up to about 6 feet. He's like, "And you, wise one, gracious friend of Shaggy, what's your name?"
I'm Teddy, and she again she grasps the hair, like shakes it firmly, like you would grip like an arm halfway up, like right at the elbow, to shake.
And he vigorously shakes your arm. It's like, "Thank you everyone for welcoming me and letting me see the mammoths and become and search for my greatest love in all the lands."
Of course, thank you for your help. We couldn't do this without you.
We'll be sure to find your Raven Lady eventually. By the way, when we start trying to lift this thing and propping it up, can some people use crafting instead of athletics if they're using the levers and the wood to brace
that's
it?
what I was gonna say. You can use crafting as part of your effort to try to put it in place with the levers and other items.
I'm just gonna stick with athletics if that's okay with everyone.
Yep,
Could
that's
I
fine.
make the argument for potentially thievery as shifting things in to place to make sure that everything is matching up? Or no?
I'll give it to you. You can use thievery to try
Nice.
to carefully work the wedging as they're getting into place and maybe jam some, little man, I forgot. Not shivs. Is it shivs? That's a knife.
Yeah.
No.
Shim.
Joists?
Shims. Yeah,
Shims.
you're not going to
Close
shiv
enough.
it. You are a rogue, but like little shims in place to try to hold it.
Mm.
I'll let you use thievery for that.
Heck yeah.
Um,
Thank you.
Can Mona also make an athletics check?
Mona might be too small, but let's go for it. Yes. I'm
Okay,
gonna
I'll
allow
do
it.
crafting while Mona does athletics.
Yeah. Oh.
And I'm gonna use a hero point for Mama Bear.
Oh my god.
Okay. The hero point did come in handy. Oh
It
my
did.
god. Good thievery roll.
Thanks. I did it myself.
With a concerted team effort and a surge of energy, you guys gather around, placing the stone. It bounces precariously. Mama Bear shoves some sticks in to kind of hold it in place and get it settled. As Farron rushes around, they slowly put little shims inside. Their efforts prove incredibly useful as you get everything. It looks like it's going to tilt and fall, but Farron gets there just in place. Mama Bear sets up the stencils. Theodore and Talon sort of hold it there, and it holds long enough as Shaggy Shem then approaches. He begins chanting strange words, and as he does, he holds out his hand, and the stone seems to sort of shift and blend together and slowly fuse and reshape itself, holding the stone in place. It's a little rough and crude. There's a line across it where you can kind of tell it was fused back together, but it holds as though it was never broken. We did it! We fixed my wrong that I made for right.
Thanks, Shaggy.
Thank you, Theodora.
Did you say more than Teddy?
No.
Oh, Teddy, sorry. Thank you,
No,
Teddy.
it's good.
Great. Make me more paranoid, Bear.
You did good, Shaggy. We really appreciate it.
I appreciate you. I thought all was lost. The stone broken, my love long gone, my hopes dashed. But you have given me a new leash on life. I now know that true love cannot be stopped. I shall find my raven woman and confess my love to her. She shall find great joy in my arms one day as she recognizes me as the love of her life, and I shall get to meet the hairy, beautiful creatures known as the mammoths.
And Teddy is just like beaming this whole time and like, yes, absolutely, you have a new chance at better things. All is mended and all will be well. She seems even more chipper than she usually is.
Yes, because searching long and far for a person who didn't show up the first time is such an act of love.
Let people have their hope and their
Oh no, I'm
desires.
being so genuine right now.
Hey, for some people, true love really rocks. So,
Hi.
That
Indeed, it
that
rocks and rolls.
that is the worst pun of the night
Of the night.
award, right there. So you
heck
do
yeah.
earn a hero point for that. We are
I'll take it.
winding down a little bit, so here's what I'm gonna do. It looks like somebody made an extra life donation of $40 just recently, so I don't know if that was meant for the stream or not. However, what I am going to do is I'm going to count it for the stream, and when we start our next session, you guys might want to put this in the Discord chat. You can all start with a bonus hero point for that session, and Farron, you can start off with this hero point you're earning now since we're about to end. So you'll start off with 3, and everyone else will start off with 2.
Oh, that's spicy.
Because awarding the last hero point of the night when you're gonna go back to camp and the session's over. So I want you to get use of that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I'm gonna write it on a sticky note.
Where are the mammoths camped at? Can we go back?
Yeah, we'll have to go back to our camp.
We just need to check out the area a little bit, and then we'll head on back, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
I can help.
Yeah, absolutely. We just need to make sure the site is cleaned up and ready for tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I can help. And he goes and he starts kind of picking some of the weeds around some of the stones and helping you freshen things up. Like, so what's going on tomorrow? What are you guys doing? Are you bringing the mammoths?
There's a festival. It's called the my notes.
Night of the Green Moon.
Night of the Green Moon Festival, and it's gonna be a big deal. And hopefully, all of us will get our promotions to scouts and be doing our thing. And I'm so excited,
Oh,
and I'm so glad you'll be there with us.
That's so exciting. That's such a beautiful thing. I can't wait to witness it. Well, are there other people that? And he kind of looks at Talon's beard. He's like, "Are there other people with such glorious hair as this one?"
Wait.
Do I know that there's any other people with such fuzz in our...
It's not quite as glorious of hair, but we do have a friend who might have hair that could potentially be up to your standards. His name is Picano. I think Teddy would agree.
Teddy, instantly turns like a shade of pink that previously has not been seen on Teddy.
Teddy, would you agree about Picano's hair?
Picano's hair. I hadn't noticed. And she's like, kicks a pebble that she's staring at now.
I'm sorry, what was that about Picano's hair?
Don't worry about it.
Very well.
It's a luxurious mane.
I
Does
see.
Is Shaggy's hair all the same color? Does he look like he colors his hair at all?
It's all kind of this same sort of ruddy, red color. Give me a second. I think I have his. I can push his character art out for you.
Yeah, he just seems to have like some feathers in it as well, and
I always
leaves.
forget how the import works now for pushing images is attached to their tokens. So yeah, it's all kind of the same. His eyebrows are a different color. They're green. And he's got like streaks of green that run through his hair a little bit.
When it seems like there's no one eavesdropping, I'm gonna discreetly ask him about if he knows anything about hair dye.
Hair dye? Why?
Yeah.
I know lots about how to change the color of your hair.
Look, I don't like to say this, but I'm getting older, and some of this red isn't naturally red. It's kind of grey. It's really hard to find hair dye up here. Can you help a man out?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Do you want me to give you some hair? And as he says that, like a tendril of hair just sort of mystically floats and detaches from him. It coils around his hand, and then he holds that out to you.
Is it the correct color?
It's the same color as his, so a little darker than yours. But
I will
close.
take it gratefully, but stuff it in my pocket because, it doesn't really show in the art. But my Hero Forge model, he actually did have hair which was graying and hidden at the back, carefully.
Yeah.
He keeps it a secret. He keeps it a secret normally. Being 47 is hard.
I can teach you all about ways to change the color of your hair, how to weave different hair into your hair. We could get some mammoth hair and weave it into your beard and make it even longer, braid it and tie it into knots. And he looks over at Mona. He's like, Mona's hair looks very similar in shape.
You will not
actually.
touch Mona's hair.
He pouts. Can I pet it?
You can pet her.
And he starts rubbing his hands through Mona's fur, just like, it's so glorious. Such a beautiful creature.
Yes. She is, she's a very adorable baby bear. Well, I
Mona's a
call her a
brave bear.
baby, but I call her a baby bear, but she's only 1.5. She's more like a teen.
She, oh, yes, she loves you very much. I can tell how beautiful her coat is.
I thank you. I feed her well, as I feed myself. We are mostly meat eaters, on account of the fact that there's not much stuff out here in the wild that agrees with my diet.
I mostly feast on berries.
I'm good with most berries, but anything green just hurts my stomach a lot.
If you would like some help with foraging, I would be more than happy to assist. I would like to say that I've quite the background of it.
Well, if you can find mostly roots and berries, then that would be good for me.
We could go on a journey together.
Well, the first journey we're making today is our way back to camp.
Oh, yeah, to see the mammoths. Yes, we should go. We should go. Do they all
Yeah,
have names?
yeah.
What are the mammoths' names?
Oh,
Ah.
our mammoth names.
You know, I have a little sister, and she would love to talk to you about the mammoths' names. And all of the other names of the different animals that we have there with the herd. I think you'd get along quite well with my little sister.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
She's quite a knowledgeable young lady.
We will leave the names as a surprise. We don't want to take away from Mimic's joy. Like, it's not because we don't know the names ourselves, obviously.
Yes, we
Obviously.
will leave Shemben to speak with Emek about the names of the mammoths.
Yay. You can't meet me halfway. I gave you a
I
chance to name
I
mammoths.
actually might have the names of mammoths from the time that Emek was telling us about them.
You could list off the names of some of the mammoths right now.
How many are there?
Hold on, let me look at my notes.
Sorry, I was gonna name the mammoths, and
We're gonna go with 6
Mm-mm.
mammoths for now because the module doesn't list how many. The
6
follow-up has.
mammoths.
We're gonna start off with 6. I gotta
Okay,
check.
so there's
Maybe book 2 or 3 says how many are in there, but book
I,
1 doesn't.
I've got the names. Then it's Binky, Dinky, Inky, and Clyde, Bob, and Mona.
Inky, Clyde,
Another Mona.
Mona.
Yeah, there's a second Mona in the camp, and it's a mammoth.
Make sure you put that in the Discord chat. Those are very interesting names for such majestic creatures. And excitedly, as you spend the next hour or so kind of cleaning things up, taking the weeds away, Shenbin kind of talks a bit about what's the various animals in the region, and you guys start making your way back towards camp. A many mile journey. As you return back to the following, the sun begins to set again. The day, winding down. Shenbin, seeing the mammoth, sorts of rushes towards them immediately. Starts hitting it off with Emek almost immediately. She starts showing him how to brush the mammoth the right way, how to touch them, feeling the hair and all of that. I think as you guys will settle in for the night here, this is where we shall end tonight's session, and we'll pick up tomorrow morning with the night of the green moon coming to fruition.
Yay!
Whoop whoop.
Thank you for everybody out in Twitchland who followed us today, watched the stream, and tossed out a few donations for our extra live stream. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Quest for the Frozen Flame. We'll be back in 2 weeks to continue our journey into the realm of the Mammoth Lords. And as always, join our Discord server in our About section below. We're a server of over 1,600 gamers who love to hang out, play games, enjoy life with each other. And you can catch us here next week for Legacy of Ruins, and catch our Digital Dungeons partner, Matilda the Hun, as he returns to Tainted Bloodlines on his channel tomorrow, where we discover more and more that vampires are not real. Thank you, everybody, and have a great night.
Thanks. Good night.
Thank you.
Bye bye.